There we go. I think it was going.
I hope so.
It's going now.
Yeah, it's going now.
It's fine.
Hope everyone heard that.
The Skippy dipping?
Well, yeah, what if they didn't? What if they're like, rah!
Then it'll be like a fun pantomime, and we can have a contest.
Guess what we were talking
about.
All right. If it's not there, that's the contest.
So should I look?
I guess so, yeah. Let's see. Skip it. Skip it. Every best thing of all, there's a counter on a ball. Skip it.
Oh no. No!
Oh, McLovin 600 said no sound.
Crap. Fixed it now.
Who's McLovin 600?
I don't know.
Sorry, McLovin 600.
Sorry. This is stupid. We didn't even see this.
You're better than the first 599 McLovins.
Should I do pop out chat?
What does that do?
It pops it out. But then
oh, guess.
Should I just restart this whole thing and delete this? Because then it's gonna be like 15 minutes of.
Oh, it's just a bummer.
I'm gonna have to edit it anyways.
What do you mean?
Oh, but I already posted the link.
Yeah, then you have to like start.
It's fine. I'll edit it later. I take out the part where there was no sound.
Okay. Look at us being so entertaining. Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, McLovin?
Glad it works now.
Who's McLovin 6000? Do we know you? 600. McLovin 600. I can't see. Can't see who that is. There's like a little face.
I think that's.
It won't tell me.
Can't tell. What's in your
It won't let me click
profile picture there.
It won't let me click.
Click it. Click it. Kind of okay. Wait, is that like from Star Wars? Is that like Rey or something?
I don't know.
Man, I want to know. Now I'm really curious. It's too small. Can't read. Can't see. So wait. So is it going to be on that pop-up one and not there?
Yeah. It's popped out.
So you just have to have it
there.
Okay.
And then there.
Oh, H.P. Lovecraft.
That's an author. He's not H.P. Lovecraft.
No, he's saying the picture.
Oh.
Yeah. No, this is
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes, H.P. Lovecraft.
Hello.
He's a huge fan of our show. That's great.
I just didn't know if it was somebody we actually knew.
Yes. No, but I asked what's the picture. I think that's the answer there. They're not claiming to be
okay. Be a little worried.
That's okay. Actually, I think that'd be kind of cool. But scary.
Then we'd have like a Ouija chat. I don't like that.
Cthulhu come and get us
through the screen.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else would happen.
Yes.
Now it's working.
It's working.
Oh, skip it. Skip it.
Yeah.
Now, of all those things, now that's what's stuck in my head.
Okay, so basically what happened during the hello YouTube. We're back now. It's working.
We're back in audio.
Basically what happened was I showed Phil something that happened today where I discovered that the Hammer Brothers theme from Super Mario Bros. 3 is exactly the same as the commercial for Skippy in 1989 titled Everybody's Skippy Dippin'.
You got to look it up.
Look it up.
Everybody's
Skippy Dippin'. And he even does it all. Bing, bing.
Yeah.
And then the freaking Super Mario Bros. 3 does it too. And it's the exact tune. It's exact. And Skippy Dippin' predates Super Mario Bros. 3 by at least 2 years.
So we got to find out, like, what did the Japanese version of that commercial look like?
If we ever meet Miyamoto, that's the first thing we're asking.
That's it.
Forget about asking about Zelda.
Yeah, what's the deal with
which one of you is into Skippy Dippin' commercial? Who likes Skippy?
It's an homage.
What if he's like, you win the prize?
That's it. We've been waiting 30 years for
Nintendo.
This. Here, it's like the Charlie, you win it all.
You get it all.
You know what happened to the little boy who knew about the Skippy Dippin' song?
You got everything you ever wanted. You know about Skippy Dippin'. You win.
No, but see,
and then there's like a little kid that's like, I knew about Skippy Dippin'. No, you get nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
I said good day. Well, at least we know how to look at the YouTube chat that we didn't know how to before.
Yeah.
Now we got two chats.
I get
If they
it
go
now.
on the YouTube page,
then they're chatting
this is
there.
the chat.
That's
if they
cool.
go to the Hangout,
then they're there.
this is the chat.
Okay.
Since we have people doing both, and before we only looked at the Hangout chat,
so now we
got the YouTube chat.
Man, this feels like we're piloting a 747 or something.
I feel like they're getting rid of Hangouts soon. Although they said Hangouts on air is going to stay.
That's good.
And that's what we're using.
That's good.
Like the actual Hangout, though, I think that's gone.
But you just wait. So you can't do it unless you're on air?
I think so. I don't know. They got the Hangouts app, but it's like different now. And I don't know. I don't know how it works.
All I know is like nothing is safe with Google. Like
it's terrible.
They can take it away at any moment.
All right. Did we listen back to that? I don't think we did.
We're
We're listening back to this.
Listening back to this. All right.
Listening back.
Listening back.
Touch in your normal voice.
Listening back. Listening back.
That's not your normal voice.
Listening back to this. Listening back to this. All right.
That's really loud.
Back. Listening back.
Touch in your normal voice. Oh my gosh. I listened to your kids on Mandarin Oak Show, and I listened to Alex P. Keaton.
Yeah.
They need to have their own show.
They're amazing, right?
They're so cute, and they're so funny, and they're so well spoken.
Yeah. They're amazing.
They should have their own show. You need to do like a little 5-minute YouTube show. You could probably make so much money.
That bit when they talked about like politics and stuff, I was just like, I could not be prouder.
Yeah,
right
you're
now
like
of
a
my
good
kids.
dad.
Like it was awesome, and they're like, just their like little insights too. They're
just
like, well,
teaching your kids about refugees.
Yeah, of course you would help refugees like that. Why not? You know,
that was nuts.
It was just great. I was so proud of them. I'm still so proud of them.
All right,
for
reals now.
Let's do it.
Although my neighbors probably think I'm completely insane.
Hey, you're fine.
They probably think you're like whenever that guy comes over here, what's going on over there? I'm sure they think we're like a couple or something.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Once a week he comes over and screams.
Or we're just talking about them
really
being
loud.
really loud.
Singing old commercial.
And every once in a while, what are you doing? All right. We're going. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
And this is part 4 of our vacation.
Yeah. I've lost track of...
We haven't actually talked about the vacation yet.
Right, so that's what we're doing now.
But first we have a couple other things to do.
We got some business.
We got other things. Well, we're bringing back a segment we haven't done in a long time. So we're doing Soda Files. I have for you the WrestleMania 32 cup.
I have a question real quick.
I've cleaned the cups.
When you named it Soda Files, did you mean it to be like a double meaning?
Yes.
I did not get that until this moment. Dude. We've been doing this for 7 years or something.
We're definitely if anybody's a soda file, it's us.
Did I get that?
And it's the Soda Files.
Maybe I did get it way back and then I forgot that I got it and I
now you just got it.
So
it's wonderful.
That was a really clever naming.
Thank you. This is my brand new WrestleMania 33 cup. I'm very disappointed that AJ Styles is not on it. Neither is Daniel Bryan.
This is last year's, right?
This is the new one.
That's
last year's. AJ Styles is not on that one either.
Man.
What's up with that?
The Undertaker here, though.
I know, he's on here too. This might be his last one.
Okay, I'm just going to see. I think.
How many people do you know? That is Brock Lesnar.
Okay, it kind of looks like John Cena. That's the twins?
Nope.
Okay. Is that Chyna?
Nope, she's dead.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
All right, that's it.
Do you know who that is?
That's Finn Balor?
Nope.
That's Finn Balor?
None of those are Finn Balor.
Okay.
That's Triple H.
Oh, no.
That's Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Okay, do you know who Brock Lesnar is?
Okay. I mean, I know the name.
You know who that is?
Looks like a guy from Top Chef or something.
That is Shane McMahon.
Okay.
That's Vince McMahon's son.
Okay.
That's Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
That's Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns.
Ric Flair's daughter.
Yes.
Isn't that the one that we saw that one time?
Yes.
All right. There you go.
You were with me also. No, we saw Mick Foley's daughter, but we also saw Ric Flair once. And I was with you and I saw her once.
Okay.
And so we got the New Day, which you were with me.
Oh, Budios guys.
Yeah, Budios guys. That is Natalia, Roman Reigns. Do you know who that is?
The Steve Austin?
Oh, man, you're close.
No?
It's Goldberg.
Oh,
that's like he was a Steve Austin clone.
Oh, okay.
And then, that is?
That's John Cena.
There you go.
I've seen movies with him.
That's Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. No AJ Styles.
See, basically, my entire knowledge of WWE wrestler guys is if they're in a movie. I know all the guys. I can name anyone that was in a Goonies video, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, anyone that was like in movies and stuff.
Undertaker was in Suburban Commando.
See, there you go. Suburban Commando. Although some of them are like super characters that you know.
Triple H and Randy Orton have only been in WWE movies, so of course you haven't seen those.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them either because they're terrible.
I mean, the closest to that wasn't the.
Well, did you see there was a horror one? The one with Amy Pond, the redhead. Did you see that one? Where there was like a ghost in their house.
I don't think so.
Okay, well that was a WWE movie.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of anything you might have seen. Did you see The Marine?
No.
Did you see Behind Enemy Lines 2? Not 1.
No, I saw 1.
2.
I did not see 2.
2 was a WWE movie.
Wow.
I'm trying to think what else. 12 Rounds?
No.
Oh, you saw No Holds Barred. That's like the first WWE
Okay, well, yeah, that
movie.
one. Okay. I've seen that.
Well, that's pretty much it.
All right.
And you've seen Ready to Rumble, right? That's a WCW movie.
Saw that.
The Goldberg is in that.
Yeah, but
Goldberg's in that.
That was a long time ago.
We need to do a commentary on that because that movie's insane. Somehow, because they had a ton of money. They got Martin Landau in that movie. They got like real actors.
That's the one with David Arquette, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Scott Caan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bananas.
Don Knotts, the Ghost and Mr. Chicken?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Is that a movie with wrestlers in it?
Well, we're doing Soda Files.
All right,
I have
Soda Files. Yes.
Okay, so first off, I told you last week during the pre-show about Halo Top Ice Cream, which is much preached to us by guests of the show, Matt Robinson and Jensen Karp. I'll get up on this. They've been talking about it forever. I've been wanting to buy it, but I couldn't get it here. Then it came to Vaughn's, and then I was like, that's $6. I don't want that. But then I was like, you know what? I got $6. This stuff, it's only it's less than 300 calories.
Yeah,
the ones with the most calories, it's like 300.
Yeah.
But most of them are less. For the whole tub, for the whole 1 pint. You know how much calories in a pint of Ben & Jerry's?
Yeah,
it's like over 1,000.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So
it's more.
It's like 300 per serving.
It's also relatively low carb.
It's low carb. It's super high protein. Like 20 grams of protein in a tub of ice cream. That's like half of your recommended daily allowance of protein.
Yeah.
It's really good for you. And you had it. I had it, and I told you all about it because I'm this stuff's amazing.
Well, if you said it was good, I got to try it.
Because I think I've had every kind of like low-cal, low-fat, diet, no-fat, no-sugar ice cream, and 80% of them are inedible. And the other 20%, you just kind of have to pretend.
You're like, okay, I can eat this.
But there is nothing that you like, this is like ice cream.
The closest one before this, I would say,
some of the Skinny Cow.
Skinny Cow.
But even then, you know what you're eating.
Right, but you're like, this is passable. This works.
Passable is the key word.
This works.
So you just had Halo Top Ice Cream. Which flavor?
Okay, so I've had cookie dough and.
By the way, Halo Top Ice Cream. We would love to also.
Yeah.
Send us some free Halo
Please
Top.
Send us some. We had the cookie dough one.
Because it's expensive, and now that we have a taste for it.
Although it was on sale, and I texted you.
Yes.
When it was on sale.
It's so now it's only $4.
So it's only $4, right?
But again, it's like holy crap.
And then salted caramel.
Yeah. Which is the impossible to find flavor. It's supposedly.
I think we probably got the last one because Janelle said it was like kind of slim pickings when she did it when it was.
It's a hot item for sure.
And then Janelle got the peanut butter one and she loved.
So they have it at Vaughn's and they have it at Whole Foods and they have it at a couple. Yeah. But Vaughn's is the only place that we have that has it in Ukaipa.
Yeah.
And they only just got it a little while ago because when I first went, they did not even have it.
Well, it's good
and
stuff.
I tweeted Halo Top and I'm like, you need to get it at that Vaughn's and Ukaipa, and sure enough, they did. So it's great, right?
It's great.
You'd put it on par with like most regular ice cream.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's not.
There are some top of the line ice cream, obviously.
But again,
put it right in the middle of the pack.
This has like a quarter of the calories.
When you put it like that.
As far as sugar-free ice cream, like it's not sugar-free, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's
with sugar alcohol. Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know,
but whatever it is,
it's magic.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yes, Mario, all in moderation.
Obviously.
It's not like I'm eating because if you eat 4 tubs, I don't even know how you would eat 4 No. You'd have to eat 4 tubs to equal 1 tub of Ben & Jerry's.
I actually did a half tub.
Yeah. That's like nothing. That's like 100 cal.
Right, I got 100 cal in the fridge.
Wow, you did it?
I did it.
Even do that.
That's
some willpower.
I've been trying to
especially after you're eating it.
I've been trying. I know.
Like once as soon as that spoon is in that thing, it's over for me. It's game over, man.
Since we got them, I've had one where I split it with Janelle, so we each had a half.
Man,
and then she did the peanut butter and I did mine, and I ate half of it, and I still have a half in the fridge.
But it's awesome.
It's not easy to do.
Halo Top. If you guys could tweet Halo Top Creamery and tell them about Radio BrendoMan, how much we love their product. I'll wear a Halo Top shirt.
Heck yeah.
I'll wear a Halo Top hat. I wear hats now. Sometimes. If they're given to me for free.
I would wear a hat on the camera.
Yeah. We'd both wear hats.
I'd wear a hat on the camera.
And we look like doofs in hats.
Remember at Disney World? You
guys were like, why don't
you wear hats? And I'm like, let me show you.
Well, everybody knows why I don't wear hats. Although I think I'm looking better in a hat. Oh my gosh, I saw a picture of the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's thinning out up there.
Lean down there.
It's getting thin up there, man. I saw a picture. I can hear your voice right now.
It's fine.
No, it's not. I'm going to start getting sunburn through my hair. I'm going to have to wear hats.
I will say this. I don't want to be responsible for any more head shaving.
I think I'm getting, if it starts.
Unless you're just going to go
Here's the thing. If it starts doing that anymore, like a little bit more, like it's all coming off. Because I don't want to have to mess around. You can't put sunscreen on it right now. Oh. But I'm gonna start getting sunburned through my hair. It's terrible. Listen to him.
It's not bad.
It's getting there though. I saw a picture of the top of my head and I was like, oh my god. Because I had a bit of a crazy rough week.
Yeah.
Because I started off really upset. Because I got sent an album of 900 pictures from WWE, and I was in like 25 of them. What? And I was like, what the heck? Are there any more of me? Because there would be like 20 pictures of the same dude's entrance, and then there was only like 5 of mine.
What about like video?
Well, the videos come later, and they said those are. So I told them, and I'm like, look, like I had the greatest time of my life, but like I really like these pictures are what's gonna like carry this with me forever. Please, and they found some more, and they found the thing that they found that made me feel okay. I don't know if you saw it. They found the picture of me like eating breakfast with Nakamura.
Oh,
so I'm like,
online?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on my Facebook.
I haven't been looking on it. I've been in the yard.
Just for the sake of it, I want to show you. So, because I was like really bummed, and I think they could tell because I'm like, look, I'm fine. If this is it, I'm fine. But you have to admit, like. You compare how many pictures I'm in like a disproportionately low amount of pictures, and they were like, yeah, I don't know how that happened, we're really sorry. Like they apologized, but then they're like, what can we do? Because what can you do? Like it happened. But I'm like, and then I even said, I'm like, look, like first of all, there's a couple reasons why I'm bummed. One, the rules said don't take pictures until the very end, and everybody was taking selfies up in like when we were eating lunch, and I didn't because I wanted to follow the rules.
Right.
And everybody else was doing it, and I'm like, they're getting all these selfies and they're getting pictures. But I'm like, but they said to go till the end, and also like there's professional photographers taking pictures. Seriously, all I heard were like shutters going off. I'm like, it's fine. And then at the end, they all had to leave to go to Access, so we only got like 10 minutes. So I'm running around trying to get pictures with every possible wrestler, but I only got through like a third of the wrestlers that were there. But I'm like, it's fine.
They got lots of pictures.
But everybody else got like so many more pictures of the wrestlers. Now I feel dumb. But so then I felt better. So as long as you're not dragged out screaming, you'll be okay. But so I
guess I did see some of these. I just forgot that I did.
Well, there's the really crazy one.
Yeah, I saw these.
Will you see me doing my entrance?
Yeah.
So does that make you stoked for the video?
Yes, because I must see the video of this.
Look at Nakamura's face. This is Nakamura while I'm doing the entrance. He looks so happy.
Yeah.
He looks purely happy.
Oh, dude.
So, and I wish they'd gotten, there's things I wish I'd gotten pictures of, but I'm going to have to hope that I can get stills of a video, because at one point I come up to him and we do all the stuff together.
Well, that's got to be on the video.
I know, right? So then there's him doing it. There's me kind of doing the pose. But so I guess as long as I have this picture, which is me with the entire roster, that's good for it. That's a good forever good. With Bobby Roode, the NXT champion, right in the front with his belt. But then they gave me
got a few other things here and there.
Now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. So I even told him, I'm like, I guess since I have this, I'm good forever. Because this was like my 20-minute private, like we're eating breakfast. We're just hanging out. He's got his coffee. We're chilling out. Also, as somebody pointed out, they're like, you make him look really tiny. Like, I don't know. I make a lot of the wrestlers look like a big guy. But, I mean, there's me doing commentary. I got some awesome pictures.
You did.
But I'm like, everybody else, I have all the pictures. If I showed you what the other people got, it's like kind of insane.
So this is like all of them.
This is just everything with me in it.
I figured this is probably just like a selection.
This is it. I mean, I have all the other ones. And I treasure those ones because I'm in the background on some of them. And just the memories of those moments. But as far as like actual pictures with me, like it's pretty much it, right? So I was a little bummed. But they said, don't worry, the video is going to be awesome. And also they gave me some more.
All right. Well, that's
but yeah. Good. At least so I don't know. At first, though, I kind of had like a mini breakdown. I had a mini breakdown over it. Well, let's get back to the soda pile. I don't know how we got there.
Wrestling cup.
Oh, wrestling
cup. That's all.
Oh my gosh. It's already 30 minutes.
All right.
So
tell us about
we have two selections. I want to try. Which one do you want to do first? I want to do this one.
Sure, do that one. That's good.
All right. So today, when I was I was at Vaughn's getting Halo Top. I think that's where this all came out.
I think it is. Yeah.
So, and I've had a bit of a bummer of a week, and with that, and so Emily told me that this Pepsi 1893, they have a whole line of them.
Okay.
So I've already had the ginger one and the actual 1893, which is like it's a different version of Pepsi.
Old Pepsi.
Yeah, but like the ginger one, if you're into gingery stuff, it's real good.
Okay.
It's really gingery.
I like gingery.
To the point where people are complaining it's too spicy, and oh man.
Oh. Yeah. Because I got that like super spicy stuff.
Well, this isn't like that level, but it's still pretty gingery.
Okay.
So now they have an orange one, which I didn't get, but they have this one, and Emily says this is Pepsi Blue in a new form.
So this is good. We're tasting it first.
It says black currant cola.
All right.
Premium cola infused with bold berry finish. And according to Emily, this is Pepsi Blue.
Okay.
Brought back so they can sell it for like this like on sale. Price. On sale is $1.25. For like $2. Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm doing.
How much do you want of this?
Just a little, sampling there. That's good. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. It's like a wine tasting. Do we have a bucket for me to spit it in?
You're gonna drink it, man.
All right. Got a good familiar bouquet. Let's see.
Oh my gosh! It is Pepsi Blue.
Yeah, that's pretty close to
that
Pepsi
is
Blue.
Definitely Pepsi Blue is back. Oh my gosh! I don't know. This is a bad thing.
I mean, well as I can remember,
I can taste the berry, and that's what I remember about Pepsi Blue.
It's very like, yeah. It's like, what is it? It's supposed to be currant.
Black currant.
Black currant. Yeah.
I can taste it.
Yeah, it has a very good berry flavor.
Oh, this is Pepsi Blue.
But I'm telling you, it does. It's very
all the way.
I almost feel like it's ever so slightly
more
berry-ish,
yeah,
but it's the same flavor, just a little more hint of berry, which is actually really, really good.
Mario says Pepsi Blue, or I don't think there's an or. I think it's Pepsi Blue.
Yeah, I mean that's
100% Pepsi Blue.
Yeah,
this is their way of bringing it back.
I mean, they may have tweaked it ever so slightly.
Crystal Pepsi's already gone again, and I think they were trying to make it like a permanent thing.
Yeah.
I think it failed. Pepsi Blue. I'm not a Pepsi fan.
I'm not generally. I love a lot of the things they do, but like straight Pepsi or Diet Pepsi is like the worst.
Diet Pepsi is the worst, but I have a taste for it because I've had it since I was a little kid. But even that still, it tastes, because I think they put NutraSweet in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's like whatever. It's not the same sweetener that's in Diet Coke.
No,
it's definitely not aspartame. And I'm sorry, but I love my aspartame.
Yeah,
I love my cancer.
Janelle and I have gotten to the point where if the only option is like Diet Pepsi, we'll just get water. And we've decided A, to save money, and B, like maybe to drink more water, and C, because don't actually like it.
No,
So I'm just
gross.
paying for it to go like,
like if it's like Panda, hopefully they have the fruit.
Well, then,
if
there's other options.
They got
that's
that
fine,
peach,
right.
or if they have Diet Dr. Pepper
or Diet Mountain Dew at Taco Bell.
Diet Mountain Dew at Taco Bell.
There's options, but if it's just straight Diet Pepsi and that's my option, I get water now, which is a big step for me because I like soda.
Looking at you, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, it's right. Especially at sit-down places, because this is where
You're
we
giving
came
up an opportunity to just get so many refills.
Right. Well, because we went. I don't remember where it was. This is like a month ago or something, and was at a sit-down restaurant, and the sodas turned out to be like $3.50, and it was Diet Pepsi, and I was like,
I don't even $3.50 to drink something.
Well, no,
you don't even
we
like.
paid it, and I'm like, I got like one refill. I'm like, I don't even like this, and we just spent with tax and tip. We spent like $12 for us to go. Ugh.
So this smells good.
All right, so
okay,
what's this
so the other one I got.
Is
so I've had. There's Mountain Dew Black Label.
Yeah.
There's Mountain Dew Blue Label, which I think is like a berry Mountain Dew, and Black Label is like grape, I think, or something. I don't know. And I've had those.
Yeah, it's
this
like a
one,
sour almost.
Yeah. So this one is Mountain Dew Green Label, and you know me and my apple sodas. It's my favorite of the fruit flavor sodas. They're also very hard to come by. There's not that many apple sodas, unless you. When I was in China, there were a ton, including the much fabled. Never had it anywhere else. Green Apple Fanta, which is probably my favorite soda of all time.
Mexico has a lot of apple
sodas too.
Well,
they definitely have. Well, there is Mexican. Like the only good apple sodas are the Mexican ones.
Manzana Mia.
Yeah, but there's even better ones than that.
They used to have that at the 99-cent store by our apartment in Whittier, and I got probably more than I should have of that.
Well, they also have one in the tap at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And they got some other stuff. But I'm all about the apple sodas. So this
one is
Green Label Crafted Green Apple Kiwi.
Green Apple Kiwi.
Mountain Dew. So I think you're going to get a variety of citrus along with some green apple and then a berry fruit kiwi flavor.
Okay, I like it.
So this could, I don't know, it looks like Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. All right. Definitely getting the apple and
smelling
kiwi.
the apple. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's tasty.
It's apple Mountain Dew, man.
Yeah.
It really
it's definitely more apple than
definitely
kiwi.
more apple than kiwi, but it's still got that dew. Still got the dew.
It's got the dew.
We're reviewing Mountain Dew on a podcast. I think we're the ultimate losers right now.
No, this is amazing. This is good stuff.
Yeah, dude, Mountain Dew Green Label. It's on sale at Vaughn's right now. Also $1.25.
Now, unlike the Halo Top, this stuff has a lot of calories. So don't mistake this as a recommendation for
This is not a regular thing. This has this only has 35 grams of sugar, which I'm shocked because regular Mountain Dew has like 60 or 70. Ecto Cooler 70. So this actually has less sugar than normal Mountain Dew.
It's
still bad for you. This Pepsi is 39 grams, and it's a much smaller can.
Yeah. All right, what's your favorite of the two?
Well, I do have a special place in my heart because this is like nostalgic. Like, it's 2002, 2003. When was Pepsi Blue?
It was
early
2000s. Early on, like when Janelle and I were married, I feel like.
Like early 2000s.
Yeah, so like early 2000s.
And then this is like great new apple soda.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling like cheating a little, getting some of that apple soda on.
I think if I had to pick, the berry one probably does it, but the apple one is like right up.
I really like these Mountain Dew. I like all the different Mountain Dews.
Yeah.
I said I was mad at all limited edition things, but as long as I can buy them, I'm fine. And these are easy to find.
Right.
I don't like the hard to find sodas. Those are very annoying.
Yeah. Case in point, your Ramblin' Root Beer there on the table.
Dude, the website. Like, I tried to order some for Carson's wedding, and like they raised their shipping prices like through the roof.
Oh.
So it like was not cost effective.
They probably only have like a few cases left.
I just need to go down to what's the place?
Hadley's.
Just need to go down.
Probably
there.
still have it there.
They do. I called
because Mark. Oh, you did.
I may have called them.
I guess that you just want to have to bring that.
I think they didn't launch this correctly.
Well, obviously,
nobody knows about it.
No,
and everybody I tell is like, what?
And even when you like were looking for it, it was really hard to find information. Like,
their website hasn't been updated. They don't respond on their Twitter account. If anybody should be sponsored by Ramblin' Root Beer, it's us.
Seriously.
I've been talking about Ramblin' Root Beer on this show really since it started.
Well, that was like the miracle of all like
that
radio
was the soda
BrendoMan
miracle.
It was like I still can't believe it. When I saw that on the shelf, I was like,
we willed it into existence.
No way. We talked about it like an hour beforehand.
That was the craziest thing that might have ever happened in the history of the show.
I think that of all the things I've brought over to your house, that was the thing I was single most excited about.
All right. Well, speaking of that, we really got to get going.
Let's do it.
So let's start with some rock cards.
Yeah, we got some rock cards. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
All right, I'm opening the pack. For those that don't know, we open a pack of these collectible trading cards from 1991 called rock cards.
And also, while Phil's reading that, don't forget to rate, subscribe on iTunes to this show, to our show, Radio BrendoMan. We really appreciate it.
All right, so I will read the name, maybe a little information. You got to guess what band they are from.
It's been a while. My memory is completely gone.
All right, Kane Carruthers.
That's a cool, good rock star name.
Plays bass guitar.
I have no idea.
His early band was the Untouchables.
Oh, no.
And he is in the band Kathmandu?
The hell's that?
I had never heard of that before.
I'm going to Kathmandu. I know it's a song. I know it's a place.
Yeah, but my gosh, I've never heard of them. All right.
Got another nothing band?
Oh, listen to this. He was convinced to change from ska to rock in early 1990 and joined Kathmandu. So his early band, the Untouchables, was a ska band apparently. I've never heard of any of that.
Any of those worked out for him very well. He did get a rock card.
He got a rock card.
I hope he shows his kids.
Kane Carruthers. All right, another one. Jeff LaBar, guitar player.
LaBarge?
LaBar, like as in
yeah, I was saying the band is LaBarge.
It's Cinderella.
Okay.
Cinderella.
Speaking of things, I don't know what's going on with Commandant.
Oh yeah?
When I got back, I think he was dried out.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he gets all his water from when I take a shower and then he goes in there. So I think because I was gone, he got dehydrated.
No
so I thought he was dying. So first, I put him outside, but then he didn't go anywhere. But he kind of moved. So I brought him back in, and I got that plate right there, and I put water on it, and then I put him in there, and I seriously thought he was dead. Then when I came home, he was gone.
So he definitely
he's in the house somewhere. And then I put water on the plate, and the next day the water's gone. So I think he's drinking the water, and it's not like it dehydrated. It takes longer than that.
Yeah, it would be like a remnant.
And there's nothing. I think he drinks it. So I've been giving him water.
Interesting.
But I don't know where he is. I hope he's not
just hanging out in the
I hope
fridge.
he's not dead under there. Because he was in bad. You know how he was so docile that last Monday? It got even worse. I stepped on his leg. I stepped on his leg in the bathroom. Ugh. He got right under me. I think he did it. I'm like, is he trying to kill himself? Kill me!
It's like throwing himself under a bus.
But he was fine because I thought he was dead, but I think he was just in shock because then I put him down and then I came back later and he had moved.
Huh.
And then but I could totally pick him up.
Yeah, he was moving.
Very docile.
I nudged him out of the way, so I'm gonna step on him last time.
So I don't know. I think he might be on his last leg.
Well, how many did you step on? He's got 3 left.
But I think he went under the fridge to die.
Maybe that's the lizard burial ground.
Sad.
Yeah.
What if because
we had a lizard run into our house this week?
Yeah.
But I grabbed him from
you should, because they're gonna die.
Yeah.
I feel like I was gone too long.
The kids were flipping out.
He didn't get enough water.
Well,
because I was gone for 2 weeks.
You should have left someone.
I didn't know.
What if you paid a lizard? What if you paid a lizard cure? Just come in and shower. You have to do your routine to make sure he gets all the stuff they're used to.
Yeah, I think he gets his water from the tub.
Yeah.
My towel.
Sucks on your towel.
He does. I find him sitting on it.
Oh, I hope the commandant's all right.
I hope he is.
All right.
I'm gonna find him in there, all dried up.
Oh.
But he's still drinking the water. Somebody's drinking the water. What if there's another thing?
Yeah. You sure it's just a lizard?
What if there's another lizard? Where's a cat?
Speaking of lizards, Frank Bello.
Oh, I know that name.
I think we've had him before.
Crap.
He's the bass guitar player for Anthrax.
Okay.
It's a pretty non-metal pose for a dude in a band.
It's pretty I'm chill.
Oh, we got a couple of band cards. We got an Exodus card. And we got AC/DC.
Nice.
Beep, boop, beep right there.
Beep, boop, beep.
Alex Skolnick. Guitar / songwriter.
Mario, I definitely take enough showers. It's just I was not here
for 2 weeks.
I take 2 showers a day.
I take less showers, man. God, we're in a drought. Oh, no, we're not anymore.
Yeah, but I'm still very water concerned.
we should. Yeah, I was kind of muted.
I know. I don't pay water bills.
All right, Alex Skolnick, guitar and songwriter of Testament. Skolnick. How about Cozy Powell? His first name is Cozy.
That's sounds not like his real name.
It sounds like someone that would be on like a
what kind of nickname is Cozy?
Like a Prairie Home Companion character.
Maybe. I don't know.
Cozy Powell, down at the 5 and Dime. He's a drum player from his hometown, Great Britain. I clearly do not know what a town is or what Great Britain is.
It's like a home country.
Home like union of countries. He's from Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Cozy Powell, apparently.
Not know that the drummer for Black Sabbath was Cozy Powell.
Did not know. From the hometown.
Somebody's screaming, Cozy Powell, Black Sabbath.
Cozy.
How could you not know that?
Cozy.
How
about John Lodge? Lodge, as in like
Mario says maybe it's pronounced Koozie.
Cozy Powell.
Cozy Powell.
Cozy Powell from the hometown of Great Britain.
Wait, so what's this guy?
John Lodge, as in a hotel you stay in. Lodge. Yeah, bass guitar / vocals. The Moody Blues.
Man.
Yeah, we got some deep cuts here this
Moody
week.
Blues. My mom listens to that.
Well, they're on rock cards.
My mom can't listen to you and you have a rock card. It's not allowed. If I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, my money back.
I want this one. I don't want this. How about Steven Sweet, drum player? Sweet.
The band? Is it for the band?
Oh, no. Sweet? The band? Warrant.
Oh.
And he's got a warrant for not having a shirt on.
That's a metal picture right there.
This is Dave the Snake Sabo. The guitar player.
Snake?
Dave the Snake.
White Snake?
He is in a band called Skid Row. Dave the Snake.
I feel like I need to know that.
He's trying to do like the Edge.
I've seen Skid Row.
Rob McKillop.
That also sounds familiar.
Bass player. Exodus.
No, it's probably because we already. I ought to check out Exodus.
There's not a lot of
I know they're thrash metal.
Vince Neil.
That is Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
He's the singer. He also killed somebody while drunk driving, and he got away with it.
Oh, did not know that.
And
Ooh. His card's not worth as much then.
Yeah.
Malcolm Young.
AC/DC?
I was gonna give you a clue.
Well, he's Angus's brother.
Malcolm Young from AC/DC, rhythm
brother.
guitar. Okay, we got a contest.
Wouldn't that be cool to be like in a freaking awesome rock band with your brother?
Yeah.
That's got to be cool to have your brother there.
I was in a band with my brother in high school.
I mean, I guess that's the Beach Boys. That's a lot of bands. That can be good and bad. And then you can like self-destruct together, kind of like the Beach Boys did.
Our band was called Bare Feet.
Yeah.
We didn't make it that far.
You didn't make it to the self-destruction point?
No, not quite.
Were you the Brian?
I was the...
Who's the Dennis? Who's Carl?
I was the... Come on, guys. We should start playing shows.
So you're Carl. Carl was definitely like the workhorse.
And everyone else
was
like, no, we're not that
Brian
good.
was
totally are.
Because like in the Beach Boys, you got Carl who's like, let's make it happen. Let's work hard. He was the workhorse. Brian was the crazy genius.
Right.
Dennis just wanted to surf.
Oh,
Dennis just
let me go.
Dennis was the only one that did surf.
Yeah,
they were all posers.
Yep.
They were all posers. Even Mike Love. Mike Love looks like a total surfer. He wasn't a surfer.
You're like surfer
only
girls.
Dennis. Only Dennis.
Okay, so this was an actual conversation I had with my band, and it was like junior high. We kind of stopped doing like my freshman year of high school, and
we have a music video.
We have a music video that my dad shot in our living room, and we had this conversation because looking back on it now, we were like a junior high band and sounded like it, but I was convinced we were amazing and we were going to be huge.
Hey, when you think about it, like more than one of you went on to successful
this is true
music careers.
So we actually
like 3 of you.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we had this actual argument.
Like you were you went on to bands, Josh, and it wasn't Wyatt in your band? It was Wyatt?
No, Derek Healy. And then Matt Poole did and Lynn too.
So there you go. You got the Pools.
And then David does like sound stuff.
Yeah.
But we had this argument because our favorite band at the time was Whiteheart. And we wanted to like do a show. I'm like, we're as good as Whiteheart. We're better than Whiteheart. They're like, no, you're crazy. I'm like, no, just look how cool we are. In retrospect, we were nothing even close to any. Yeah, we did play a few shows.
Speaking of Christian rock music,
uh-huh.
So first of all, I have an update on the MBWS lost recording situation.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely lost.
Oh no!
But
okay.
Marty and Sarah are awesome.
And
we're doing a hangout this week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And also, Sarah and I kind of bonded because this week she talked about Petra on the show, and she's like, if anybody, and I think I was the only one. I looked at something, I'm like, I think I was the only one that popped for Petra.
That's awesome.
Because yeah, she grew up with all of that.
I'm really glad they're doing it again, and I'm super bummed that happened.
They're so nice. They're also coming here for the New Japan shows.
Oh, really?
So we're gonna hang out then.
That's cool.
They're so cool.
Well, so it's a bummer you lost that, but it's cool.
It is. It's also very nice of them because they're busy.
Yeah.
And I know their schedules. They're like, Marty's like a full-time comedian. Sarah has a day job and is a comedian. Yeah. They're also recording. They have their show, which is highly successful. And I'm just like doing my wrestling, Mr. Brendo's wrestling show.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So it's very nice of them. Shout out Marty and Sarah. Marty followed me on Twitter today. I feel really cool.
I'm up to 14 followers.
Yeah, man, you got to get that up. You got to start tweeting, start retweeting.
It's hard.
Don't just promote yourself. Tweet cool things.
Tweeting is hard.
Just if you get to see a cool thing, tweet jokes. You got start tweeting your dad jokes. I guarantee you'll be popular.
But like, I'm trying to is it because it's the Alex Keaton?
Yeah. Well,
so do I
Well, you could do some other stuff. No, just be nice. Retweet other things that you like.
All right.
Retweet Benview Network. Retweet Radio BrendoMan.
It's scary.
It's fine. You're fine.
I'm dipping my toe in and I'm freaking out.
Oh, you're fine.
All right.
Help Phil guys with the tweets. What's your Twitter?
Andrew posted a thing in the thing like, hey, help Phil out, and they had good advice, but I'm just it's Family Ties Pod.
That's a good podcast. That's a good Twitter handle.
I did come up with that. So.
Family Ties Pod. You follow like Justine Bateman and stuff.
Them all.
You should you should definitely start retweeting them every once in a while. You definitely should retweet them.
I don't know what the symbols mean.
The circle rotating is the retweet.
Okay, the heart means you like it.
You definitely need to like people's stuff.
I've been doing that
all the time, but then you also should be retweeting things. So, for instance, I'll retweet something right now on my Mr. Brendo's Wrestling Show account. So there's different types of retweets also.
Yeah.
So when you click the retweet button,
what's the arrow on the left mean?
That means there's reply. So you can reply to it by hitting that.
Okay.
That's to reply.
Comment
an at. Okay. That's an easy way to do an at. So
that's like.
So I'm gonna retweet Nakamura.
Okay.
So you can you can either, if you add a comment, you quote the tweet,
or you just
straight up retweet. So if you want to add a comment to it, both are appropriate.
Okay.
Like people like quotes because then I feel like more people see it when you quote it, but sometimes I don't have anything to say, so I'm just gonna retweet this.
That's okay.
And then I retweeted it.
Because I also don't want to.
I'm also gonna lock it. Well, that's like you definitely don't want to go on somebody's feed and like all their posts at once.
Okay.
Hat tip, everybody. That's creepy as hell.
Okay. Well, so that's good because I don't want to like.
But I'll go down. I'm like, yeah, Killian Dane. I clicked the wrong thing, but I like it. I'm like Dash Wilder. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is a really awesome picture. I like it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, I'm gonna retweet that. Yay!
All right. Pretty fluid like that. You just go.
Yeah, man.
You have to admit it definitely has a different environment than Facebook.
Well, 100%. So, that's the whole point. Twitter is very different. That's why it is able to exist.
All right.
Twitter is different. And then you want to come up with come on, dude. You're the master of the one sentence dumb thing. That's how people don't want to see just promotional tweets in your feed. They want to see funny things. You post something funny, 5 people retweet it, and all their friends are seeing it. That's how you get exposure.
Okay, so
that's how Twitter works. Okay. That's how Twitter works. So you go in and you look and oh, look at this. I tweeted this picture. Look at this tweet that I did. I did this tweet of me and I'm freaking a wrestler. Look at how many people liked it. I got 2 retweets. I got 7 likes.
Awesome.
Boom. That's not promoting my show. That's doing something cool.
Right.
Post fun pictures. Post cool stuff. Here's another thing. I posted this picture. People retweeted that. Colt Cabana liked my tweet. You get big people seeing your stuff when you. So like, here's the thing. I said, love this with Colt Cabana. He liked it. He's like, oh, thanks. That's his way of saying thank you. So I was like, hey, Colt, I really like the podcast. Right. But meanwhile, he sees, oh, MBWS. What's that about? Oh, there's me. There's my link. Oh, okay. And then look at all these people. And then I wrote some other things, and a lot of people like those. So like, you know, I'm making it happen. I'm making it happen.
All right. I got to do that helps. It's very overwhelming, like coming from like a completely unexposed viewpoint. Like
and then you retweet things, and then people like those, and then people are seeing your stuff. People are liking you, then they're following you.
How many followers you got?
Well, on this is just MBWS, but I mean on BrendoMan I have like
their main one.
I got like 1,700. Jeez. But on this I got like 91.
All right, still.
But I got a lot of likes.
That's a lot of likes.
And that's helping the algorithms.
All right.
See, so then this is what my feed looks like. It's not just, here's my new episode. It's, here's a cool retweet. Here's a cool retweet. Here's a funny tweet. I just tweeted a little wrestling joke. Because there's this wrestler, and he's a Japanese wrestler. You gotta see this. I'm sorry. This is just very entertaining. So most of his tweets are in Japanese, but then he writes, good morning. I got up early. It is raining in Tokyo. I will work out later. I pray for peace all over the world. Thank you. They're like these awesome haikus. Oh, and then he writes about bread all the time. I go to bed now. I had 3 kinds of bread today because I am a bread club. Thank you. Bread clubs around the world. He's wonderful.
All right.
So I'll retweet. So I made a joke where I said, I wish I love anything as much as Satoshi Kojima loves bread.
All right.
Nobody liked it, but hey, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I retweeted one. I got the bread. I will eat it now. It's happiness. Thank you. People who invented bread are wonderful. That's beautiful. Posted some funny pictures. So like, this is a sample. So you see all these other tweets, and then mixed in there is like, here's my latest episode. But it's definitely not all that. You gotta mix it up to make it look like.
So I wasn't trying to.
So I'm not saying. I'm just saying this. I know. I understand that. I totally understand that. It's hard because you want to mix it up. You want to mix up promotion, and also you want people to see that you promote other people. Right. Because people are more likely to tweet at you and get into you if they see like, oh, this guy's gonna
retweets are like more valuable than likes almost.
Yes, you want retweets.
I was going and liking like I do on Facebook, but
people want you to retweet their stuff.
Right.
And they'll notice when you retweet it, and then they like that. So, like, there's me retweeting Marty, and like, here's my this is stuff I was posting during WrestleMania. So I was posting some pictures and stuff, and like valuable things. So my account, so people are gonna want to follow you because it's like, oh look, this guy posts a lot of cool wrestling stuff. For instance, like this guy's posting a lot of funny things, or hey, I really love Family Ties. This guy's really into Family Ties. Posts the cool stuff, you know?
All right.
So there you go. That's the quick Twitter lesson for Phil.
Do better at Twitter.
We got to get through these rock cards.
All right, we only have 2 more. We got the artwork thing. It's Tail Gunner. Skeleton shooting like a machine gun.
Nice.
Right. And then finally, we got Bob Weir.
Born in
1947.
Man, so he's like, this is like going to be some old school band.
Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Yeah. They truck it.
I was just listening to some Grateful Dead and playing Diablo 3 before you got here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was listening to the Radio BrendoMan.
Oh, yeah, the
playlist, which you can find at bit.ly/Radio BrendoMan.
Oh.
I keep adding new stuff. We talk about things, talk about music, we talk about bands. Usually ends up on there. You know what else ends up on there is... I need to put our event schedule because we got a lot coming up.
That's true.
May 13th, Comic-Con Revolution. We got the podcast advocates. We got webcomics advocates.
We have a special treat.
The special treat is we're not going to be there?
Yes, but it's a special treat.
Is there something's going down also on May 13th?
Very excited for this.
Okay.
I've told other people about it, and they all agree, like, if you're going to love it, it's going to be awesome. So,
all right.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
I don't want to guess. I don't want to know. It's going to be a complete surprise.
It's going to be amazing.
All right. Well, we were going to talk about our vacations.
Okay, because it's been so long, I will just say this. If you want, like, the full breakdown in great detail.
You're on your show.
Mandarin Orange Show. Is we go through...
Buzz.
You got your group there?
Crap.
We go through in intense detail We talk about it on the road as well as when we get back. So if you want to hear the whole thing, I will just. This is my one thing I want to add that's not on there yet. So we were gone for 2 weeks. We had a great trip in New York. Again, you can hear all about it on our show. But when I came back, it had been like raining off and on, and then it was sunny, kind of warmish, right? Yeah. Spring sprung. And I came back and my weeds were 3 feet tall all across my entire like third of an acre.
So now you're like on like a total weed abatement.
Ever since I got a weed abatement notice, like about, I don't know, the third of the way through our trip, apparently. And
how many days do you have left?
Well, Friday is when they will check it. So I have to have it done by Thursday. Like Friday is when they will come out.
How
and
far
check
are
the
you?
property. It's good. Like I've been working my butt off, and as long as I keep to my schedule for the next few days, I should be done by Thursday morning. But my gosh, because part of the problem is I have insane like hay fever and like weed allergies and stuff. So this is just wrecking me. So my routine is I take a 24-hour like Claritin. I bundle up, even though it's hot, in like a sweatshirt and long pants, so that I don't like get touched by everything. I go out and work for a couple hours. I come back and strip everything and shower. Then I rinse and repeat if I have time to do it again. It's been nuts. I mean, I don't know if you can see. Like I still have some welts here in my arm from earlier. They're kind of going down a little bit there, and a little bit there. Anyway, that's what I've been doing almost entirely since we got back.
You had a fun vacation.
It was a great vacation, and I mean, I'm the one that decided to live on a place with an acre, a third of an acre, and
we'll get into it a little bit more next episode. Why don't we start off with that next episode? My vacation, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what else to do. We have 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh my gosh.
That's what I was saying.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll start on the next one.
I get candy.
You get candy. It's a candy night.
Well, I just want to say that my vacation, since you probably wanted to know, was incredible. If you go on the MBWS Facebook, there's a link. Go to Matt and Brendo's Wrestling Show Facebook group. There's all my pictures from the WWE Performance Center. It was worth every penny I spent, and it was amazing. And I had breakfast with Nakamura. I think I've already talked about that on here. No, I did it in the after show.
Yeah, I think so.
I had breakfast with Nakamura, you guys. It was unreal. He was amazing, and everything was amazing. The Universal was cool, but there's a ton of fat alerts, and I'll do that next time.
All right.
But I had a good time. It was so humid and gross, but I survived. I went to 15 wrestling shows. I would have gone to 17, but I missed 2 just due to sheer logistics.
So, like,
it became logistically impossible. My old record was like 8.
You almost doubled it.
Almost. It was nuts. It was so nuts. And all the wrestlers by the end of the week knew who I was because I was at every show. And it was just so easy to talk to everybody because it's like Comic-Con. Like, everybody's there for the same reason. They're from all over the world. Yeah. I made friends from China, England, Australia, Japan, like everywhere. Scotland, Wales, like friends, like people that I'm like keeping in contact with.
United Kingdom?
Yes. United Kingdom. Great Britain.
Great Britain. Oh, that's what it was.
And lots of Great Britain.
Great Britain, United Kingdom.
They're different things.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to think about
especially now that there's Brexit.
Well, now it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Because Northern Ireland's not part of the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they're not but they're still part of the EU because they're not part of Britain. But Southern Ireland, or is it the other way around?
I don't know.
Part of Ireland is part of Great Britain.
Yeah.
And they're leaving the EU.
I think it's North Ireland is separate.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
I don't know. But then Scotland is its own thing.
Yeah.
So they're staying in the EU. But they're also not part of Great Britain, but they're part of the United Kingdom?
I guess.
See, I don't even know. No, I don't think they're part of the UK. I think Great Britain is just the island. Right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
But what's England? Is Great Britain...
England's the country.
But Great Britain is like England and Wales?
But I think United Kingdom is the one part of Ireland.
And then all the colonies.
And Scotland.
And all the colonies, which most of which are gone.
Yeah.
Is the British part of Canada part of the United Kingdom?
I don't think so.
Like British Columbia?
Now we just sound like we have no idea. We do have someone listening who's in England right now, which we do have had some people. They're probably screaming at us right now. So straighten us out there, I guess.
You can just look it up.
It's true. You could just Google it.
Google. You don't need somebody sending angry emails.
Okay, we'll Google it.
But yeah, so that's that summary. And then something I also forgot to mention in the last 3 episodes My brother got married.
Yeah.
And I went to the wedding. It was awesome. And I wore a two-tone tuxedo. Now I have a sister-in-law, and she's awesome. My other rest of Rebecca's family are awesome. And yeah.
It's good.
So we'll talk more about that next time.
We'll get the full rundown.
Be sure to check out RadioBrendo.com, BenviewNetwork.com for all the Benview podcasts. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Listen to us on Stitcher, Google Play Music, all the other stuff. And then Matt, you got Alex P. Keaton is my friend. MyVacationPants.com and DarianOrangeShow.com. I hung out with Derek this weekend. We're hopefully going to do popsicles soon.
Right.
Real soon. Just everybody's so busy. Emily works on the weekends. So, and Derek's working hard, except I don't know if you saw this, but like his whole vacation went up in flames.
It did. I don't know what happened.
Well,
I don't know if you want to say it on here, but
I'll tell you because it's a unfortunate event happened.
So bad.
A family emergency happened for the people he was going with, and yeah.
All right.
So. Yeah, so I just felt so bad because he had to watch. He was like texting me, like, "Tell me what you're doing right now," and I'm so excited. And he was like guiding me. I actually just held the phone up, like, it's like, "What music is playing right now?" And like, it's like, "Take a picture of where you're at right now." He was just so excited. And so, Derek, love you, buddy. And one of these days, we're gonna go together because I'm definitely going back at some point.
That sounds pretty.
It was so fun, and you and your kids would love it. Spider-Man ride is like the greatest ride. We'll talk more next time on Radio BrendoMan. So, once again, RadioBrendo.com, BenviewNetwork.com. Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. You want to do another episode now or do it tomorrow? 10:20.
If we can do a 45, I'm okay.
Sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Because here's the thing.
I will 100%.
No, let's just do it now. Let's just jump. If we can jump right into it. I mean, I gotta save and stuff, but because then, you know, even with our best efforts, it might be a second late night, and I can't be. I have to be able to. I have to be able to get out and work. You know.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Sorry,
I just gotta go through these.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. You know, do the thing. It wasn't like 10:30 wasn't a like, you know, it was just like, hey, I want to get to bed at a reasonable
we're not going to
hour.
get anywhere near that. Well, we're looking at like 11.
11's okay. That's all right.
We're looking at 11:05.
11:05 is okay.
We start right now. Now we're at 11:06.
That's okay.
11:07. 11:15.
That's okay.
11:30.
That's okay.
1.
Just you know.
Whatever. You're gonna go home and then like play Zelda for 2 hours.
You know, I haven't gotten to play in like a week probably.
That like your kids are on it all.
Well, A, the kids are playing it, and B, like I'm seriously like, if I'm not.
You were popping up, Mario. No personal, nothing personal. I want the YouTube to be clean.
Yeah.
As far as not clean, like it's dirty, but just like
not having
other
background
stuff.
sound. Yeah.
Because people have complained about that before when somebody had their microphone on, because we can't hear it. And I guess somebody heard like Steve having like entire conversations with other people.
It's kind of funny though.
It is funny. I went back and listened to it. It was
a
very
different
funny.
Perspective on the show.
Steve's just going about his routine while we're on in the background. I like heard him talking to his sister.
I hope he didn't say anything you didn't want heard on the internet.
Not really.
It's good.
Nothing bad.
It's good.
Because that could be bad.
Yeah.
Didn't realize your microphone's on.
Oh gosh.
All right. So yeah. So that's what's going on. Man, you are tired.
I'm serious. Like it's been, and it takes it because the allergies are so bad. Like it just wipes.
Well, yeah,
me
you're
out,
like right there
faster.
in like the hay fever land.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I'm not exaggerating.
All that grass. Are you allergic to grass?
Oh yeah. I'm not telling you. That's why I have to wear like pants and stuff.
You need to get like a painter's thing.
But it's any part of my skin that it touches.
Well, you definitely should be wearing like the jumpsuit, like the Marin.
Well, I have. It's like my own version. I got a sweatshirt. I got pants. I got socks.
Oh, aren't you like just boiling?
Yeah. That's why I can only do it for like a couple hours at a time. Then I go shower off and start over. It's bad.
Don't die out there.
I won't. And honestly, like I set a good pace. I planned it out, like what I have to do on each day, and I've been sticking to it. So it's, well, I should be on schedule. It's just I got to keep on schedule. Because, the kids are at school.
We didn't do Marmaduke that episode.
Oh, we didn't. Crap. Start with Marmaduke.
All right.
We're all over the place here.
That means if we went over a week without Marmaduke, everybody's going to flip out.
Let's see. I'll get it ready. Which one did we?
We did the Marmadong the last one.
Oh, yeah, Marmadong. That's right.
It does look like she's pulling on his dong.
That's like,
she's pulling on his dong! Every time I see it,
his leg and
it's really dirty.
There's no way he drew that and didn't think, oh, where's that pole going there?
What the hell?
Even if that's not
his
what it is,
she's vacuuming
his crotch.
And his legs are shaking.
Yeah. Like, even without being a dirty-minded person, she's vacuuming his crotch.
It's really, I'm sorry, that's insane.
Okay.
That was him trying to get away with stuff.
Look what I did.
All right.
Check. Oh, check.
What was that?
I don't know. All right. Check. Oh,
check.
I just didn't. I thought we were starting.
Well, we got to check it every time.
Smart. He was good.
All right. Did it record? Yes. Oh, timer. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
And I just realized that we haven't done Marmaduke in like a long time.
So we're going to just launch straight into it?
This is like the longest time we've gone without Marmaduke since we started Marmaduke.
Straight into Marmaduke.
People are probably flipping out. We probably lost all of our listeners.
They're like, I thought this was a show
Mark
that
Bolden
ended with
is crying in a corner somewhere.
We should just do it right away. We're just going to jump in
right away.
All right.
Do it now.
Welcome to the show.
Marmaduke now.
Marmaduke now.
That's the name of this episode.
Marmaduke now.
Marmaduke now.
All right. In the first panel, Phil's there, like sitting in his chair. He's actually in a good mood. And he's like, and Marmaduke's coming up, looks like he's begging. And Phil says, "What do you want, fella?" And Marmaduke says,
He's talking.
He's like, yeah, like trying to
making
speak to
noises. Yeah. Dogs don't go Dogs don't do that.
Make a sound. So then Phil's like, "Oh, you want to go out?" Like a real big font on out. And Marmaduke's like, "Yeah." He's all happy.
Also, his head is ginormous,
huge, and he stretches all the way across, like dots on the other side of the room.
House.
Like, yeah, over there.
And his head is like as big as Phil's like entire chest area.
Yeah.
Like his entire torso. His head is as big as Phil's torso.
It's gigantic.
His head is a torso. Torso head.
Phil's in a huge, like, good mood, too, which is just weird. And then Marmaduke, like, jumps up on him. He's standing up like a human and hugging him. And he's taller than Phil. He's a person. And he says, "But just for a few minutes." And he's still all smiley, which is very out of character. And then Phil
I feel like this is some kind of Phil tortured
It's
device.
going to be. Now they're stepping outside. Marmaduke's still walking on like two legs like he's a human being, hugging him. And now he's
kissing him.
He's like
making out with him.
Like licking
also,
his
look
mouth.
at his face. Oh, that's disgusting.
And then he says, "'Cause it's terribly cold out here. So when I call you," and he yells. Now the neighbor, meanwhile, is looking over here and he's kind of like looking confused, maybe. I'm not sure like what this like weird like dot pupil things are here.
Yeah.
And then so Phil says, "When I call you,"
I feel like Phil's tripping out on something.
Yeah, like this looks like he's on like some kind of psychedelic drug.
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
He's like tripping balls.
And then the neighbor says,
"What will up on goofballs
do?" And then like Phil looks really freaky here. Like, what's up with that?
Oh my gosh, he looks like the Joker.
Yeah, it looks like the Joker. Exactly, like Nicholson Joker. Like, ugh. And then he's like walking back in, looking all freaky. And Dot says, "Phil, sometimes you make a fool of yourself over that dog."
What? I don't even understand this one. This one doesn't make any sense.
No.
This one is called Phil Goes Nuts.
This is seriously because look how it like he's like, "Yeah," like super happy here, like way like this is not Phil.
Phil's on drugs.
And then like his face is all weird and he's like, "Oh."
I think here's what I think is happening. I think like we as we hypothesize, Marmaduke has completed. He's controlling Phil.
Yeah, because
the only explanation I have is that Marmaduke is controlling Phil. Phil is now Marmaduke's puppet. because Phil's like, "Hey, Marmaduke," and he's acting all weird. He can't control his face. He's got little dots for eyes.
Yeah,
he's like he's like Edgar in Men in Black.
Yeah,
he's like, "You're gonna go outside, Marmaduke."
Phil suit. Yeah. That's exactly it.
So Marmaduke is controlling Phil, like, "Oh, I'm gonna fool Dot so hard."
Like,
look at that. Phil's just like shambling around, like, "Hey, Marmaduke, you're gonna go outside today."
It totally makes sense because every one of these panels, his face is warped in some weird way, like it is with Edgar, like, where his face is all drooping. Like every one of these panels, look at that. Look at his chin there. It's like drooping down.
Look at his freaking mouth. That's a Joker smile.
It is. It looks like
Smilex gas.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, dude!
So Marmaduke is taking full control over Phil. We gotta save this one. This is another. We need to show this to Malky.
Look at this and tell me that there's not something else going on here.
This is a show to Malky strip.
His chin is drooping like down past his chest in here.
Yeah,
and his eyes are bugging out. Like their pupils are looking different ways.
This is when he's licking him. That's when he's really transferring all the energy.
Yeah,
he's like, "I swallow your soul. I'm swallowing your soul, Phil."
And then Phil has no soul. What is going on?
And then he kind of controls the neighbor too.
Yeah.
This is how Marmaduke talks.
He speaks in that. Yeah. Because this is it here. This is when he's starting to take
What
control.
do you do?
When Marmaduke's doing that, that's how he like. He's getting and now he's all excited. Like
he's like,
"I will do what you do."
Phil's just like, "Gay."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Sugar."
That's exactly it. This is
like the next thing that happens in this panel is Phil goes to Dot. He's like, "Sugar, water, sugar, and butter."
Yeah, this is it. It's the Edgar suit strip.
He's wearing an Edgar suit.
Edgar suit. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of Men in Black and speaking of Marmaduke.
Yes.
I went to Universal Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. So first of all, Universal Islands of Adventure has a island called Toon Lagoon, and it's both Hanna-Barbera, like not Hanna-Barbera, but like Dudley Do-Right and like Popeye and some of those cartoons.
Old cartoons.
But then it's also like comic book strips, and there's like Prince Valiant and like Family Circus, Heathcliff.
Does it have a little dotted line you can walk around like Family Circus? Oh my god!
There's like the little dots, like follow Jimmy or whatever. There's a Kathy's ice cream parlor.
You just have to say "ack" when you order.
Yeah, you just chocolate.
Ack.
And they don't let you. They don't let you have it.
That's the only thing you can get is chocolate.
And then there's a Dagwood sandwiches, which the actual Dagwood sandwich is like a tiny little sandwich. Did you ever go to the Dagwood sandwiches in Fullerton by AMC Fullerton when it was open? It was actually pretty good.
I have been to Blondie's, however.
That Blondie's. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Blondie's sandwiches. Yeah. Remember that place?
Yeah, because they had a few. There's one up in Big Bear for a while, too.
But it was right there.
But there was one in Fullerton.
So this one is Blondie's, and they have the Dagwood sandwich.
Yeah.
And it was a little... Derek already warned me that it was underwhelming, and so I didn't get it. Well, I watched people get it, and they were very disappointed.
Like a huge sandwich.
These ones were tiny.
Yeah, so that's.
But the ones you got at that one, because this is like because it's in the theme park. Because the one I remember in Fullerton, you could get these.
Yeah, it's great. Sandwiches. And they had Blondies, like the vanilla brownies, or like white. You know,
those Blondies.
Whatever. Yeah. Oh.
Do you remember the Blondies at Strengthfest? Did you have those?
Yes.
Strengthfest. I'm so bummed we missed the last Strengthfest.
But so they had Marmaduke.
Okay, so there was a Marmaduke photo op where there was like a leash and a giant Marmaduke on the side of the building, and I'm going to admit that I was too embarrassed to ask somebody to take a picture of me in front of the Marmaduke photo op. Oh, I was too embarrassed, and I was also kind of mad that day because I couldn't, like, as I will get into fat alerts, I had experienced like multiple fat alerts, and I was just like kind of done with the theme park.
Right. Marmaduke wasn't helping.
But then, like, there is a lot of weird, like, just comic book stuff. Like, strange... shoe. Yeah. Oh, here's BC. Gosh. Like, like, yeah.
Like 20 years.
It's probably. Like every newspaper strip that you've ever thought of, and like in the theme park.
Like,
yeah, dude, they got everything. It's crazy.
Do they have Calvin and Hobbes?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think.
But yeah, it's really nuts. And then. Speaking of what else are we talking about? I said Marmaduke and something else.
I don't know.
That wasn't Universal.
Well, fat alerts? I think this fat
alerts. Yeah. Well, so then so the first day I went went to the first thing I did was go all the way. I went to Universal, and I went because the parks are freaking huge.
Yeah,
they're like ginormous. It's
Florida.
like 10 times the size of Universal Hollywood. So even though there was probably like it was probably as crowded as like Disneyland is here, there's probably at least 50,000 people. It still felt like pretty empty because the streets are like 50 feet, like 100 feet wide, and like the park. Because so you know how like in Universal they have like a tiny little like England and like a tiny little like this. They have like multiple blocks of each city,
so
and
cool.
like the Hollywood area is like half a mile. Like it's crazy to get from the front of the park to the back of the park where Diagon Alley is. No joke, walking at a normal pace took like 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
The park is huge.
Wow. Do they have like any kind of tram or things that go around it, or is it like there's nothing?
It's ginormous, and you just walk around. They have a lot of shows because it's so freaking hot and gross.
Yeah.
And they still have Terminator. They still have E.T. They still have all this stuff. I wrote E.T. like 6 times. I saw Terminator 3 times.
Does it still like talk to you at the
end?
Like
it says, "Thank you, Brendan," because it scans they put your things in. They give you a card, then you give it to the ride operator, and they swipe it, and then it does your name. That ride is so bonkers. It's so great. I love it. But that ride is bonkers because you go through the movie, and then when you take off, you go to E.T.'s home planet, and then there's all these weird talking plants and all this crazy stuff.
I'm telling you, it's because they were gonna do a sequel, and I mean, we talked about the book.
So
and stuff.
Bonkers, and then all the other E.T.s are there, and you got to save the planet, and then you save the planet, and that's when he says, "Thank you, Brendan," and then like E.T.'s popping in and out of your little basket.
Because the vehicle, thing is
it's a freaking bike, dude. It makes Peter Pan look stupid, like because you get to fly over everything, and like it's like 5 minutes long. It's like a million times better than Peter Pan. I know that sounds crazy, but it's so good. I love that ride.
So
I cannot believe they took it out of Hollywood. Cannot believe they took that ride out because it's great. I would buy a Universal Pass right the heck now, and I would go there at least once a month
just
if
for ET.
They had ET. But they do not have ET. And now all I can think about is when can I go back to freaking Universal Florida? Because guess what? They're not getting rid of that ET ride. I asked the guy, if they got rid of it, because I guess Steven Spielberg has like his crazy Universal contract. Right. If they got rid of it, they'd have to pay him like a huge amount of money.
That makes sense.
Like it's just sitting. It's so amazing. And there's like the longest the line was like 15 minutes.
And the Terminator 2 one, like that was the same.
Yeah, dude, it's the same exact thing. It's so crazy watching that now because it's like Skynet is beyond real.
Yeah,
like they're like imagine a world with drone strikes and military operations and it's like this imagined thing, and I'm like, oh my god, like
I'm not imagining.
And like centralized network system that controls everything. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we're there. The cloud of Skynet,
it's
you
real.
guys. It's all real. We're all gonna die. Because I don't know if you've watched about like the mechanized drones, like the actual like army guys. Like there's like Terminator-ish stuff.
Yeah.
They definitely drones, hunter killers. We have those. Hunter killers are 100% real, and Terminators not too far behind.
It's true.
And I'm sorry, but that's kind of scary. I know there is that big leap that has to happen, but do we want to leave that up to chance?
Right.
Do we want to just have this stuff?
Must we rush towards that possibility?
Must we have all this stuff just sitting there for the sentient AI to take over and kill us all? Even if it's a possibility, even if there's the slimmest chance.
Maybe it'll just take over and put us inside the matrix. I mean, the framework.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, I think they're doing all right.
Yeah.
I watched the newest episode. Well, there wasn't one this week.
Okay. I think I'm up to date. But
so the last
thing is still in the Matrix.
They're in it, but it's different enough.
I guess.
Like, well, because the way she had to convince Coulson, and then like Fitz is like the ultimate big bad.
Yeah, which is cool, but then the whole time I'm thinking like it's not real, it's just in the dream.
I know, but if they die in there, they're not going to be able to get out. And right now they can't get out because Ada knows they're in there, so she closed the exits.
Yeah,
and like it's turned into this thing where even the doctor now has no control over it, and Ada has taken full control. So it's kind of this. it's different enough for me, and I don't know what's gonna happen next. And I like what they're doing with the characters, because again, what they've done with the characters were like, Fitz is the freaking bad guy.
It's cool seeing that. I just hope this isn't like what they're doing from now on.
There's no way this is going to be the rest of the show.
Like if we get a couple more episodes out of this and then they're done, I'll be cool.
I'm pretty sure that's what this is,
because
right?
It's entertaining, but
it does. Okay, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. It very much has a last season of Lost vibe.
Yeah,
right?
It kind of does. Like where
they're all doing different stuff. They're all doing weird things.
Yep.
A couple of them know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It is the last season of Lost. It's the last season of Lost more than it is the Matrix.
Yeah, it is.
It's the last season of Lost mixed
Matrix.
with the Matrix.
Yeah, and I think they can still pull out of it.
I feel like but it's weird because there are people now saying this is the best the show has been, but there are people that have not been on board previously, and I'm like, I feel like we're getting different things out of this show,
and I like. I mean,
because it is. Just every time I say the framework, I kind of want to laugh
goofy,
out loud.
Right?
It's goofy as hell.
But it is fun seeing the characters do different.
But the whole convincing him thing is very much last season of Lost.
Yeah, it is. And it's just reminiscent of things that I don't love. But as long as it's not all that it is, it's cool. Like I'm not jumping ship or anything. But I'm just like, as long as I have in the back of my mind,
treading on very.
It is.
But it's gotten a little. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
because they're telling a good story, and it's cool what they're doing with the characters.
Well, it's cool having Ward around.
Yeah, good Ward.
Yeah,
and
that was a cool little bit.
Yeah,
but again, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's not real. It's in the computer.
Ward's dead.
Yeah, but it's cool that they.
But that means, is he really dead? If they were able to put him in the framework, how are they able to put people in the framework if they're already dead?
Maybe they're just an AI.
Yeah, but how do they know so much about? Well, I guess he's not Ward.
And they had the Darkhold, so that's how they.
Oh yeah, Darkhold.
I think
that's their new big Darkhold.
Yeah, Darkhold. How do you go? Oh,
Darkhold. Yeah, right. That is true. Darkhold is their new Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, we don't ever.
How'd they do this?
Anything.
How did Ada do the Darkhold?
Yep. And I mean, I'm okay with it, but it's just it's thin ice. I'm just saying.
That's true. All right, so. Universal Orlando.
Yes.
Let's go through some fat alerts.
Yes.
So I immediately went to Gringotts because I was told by multiple people that I wouldn't have a problem with Gringotts. I did not see the test seat. Here's one pet peeve about theme parks, especially Universal. They don't have enough people out front of their rides.
Yeah.
Because at Disney, I guarantee you at Disney, they wouldn't let people just sit in the test seat like it's some relaxation point, because I don't want to. Because then I go up there and I'm like, "Hey, I need to test this," and they look at me like I'm an a-hole.
Right? Because I'm sitting in the seat,
and I'm like, "That's a freaking test seat. It has a purpose." And then also it's drawing attention to myself, which I definitely don't want to do when I'm trying to sit. I'm like, "Hello, I'm a fat man trying to see if I can go on the ride."
Yeah,
that's basically what I'm saying.
They should have someone just out there.
At Hollywood, they definitely do it. This one, not so much.
Okay.
Because I did not even see the test seat. So there were two people sitting in it, and they definitely look like they were implanted there.
Yeah.
So I think I just so I get in, I wait in, I go in the single rider line. The ride broke down, which, as James Riley said, it breaks down a lot.
Yeah.
Because it broke down twice while I was in the line. But the line is really cool. And they let me take pictures next to the goblins, because I got all these animatronic goblins in the bank.
That's
and
cool.
The single rider line doesn't really go through there. But I think they were just being nice. So they hey, you want to take a picture in front of the goblins?
That's cool.
And they got all the animatronic.
Does it go by the dragon at some point?
Well, the dragon's up on the roof of the building.
Oh, okay.
But the ride does.
The ride.
I didn't get to see that
part. That's right.
So, because that's the main part of the ride.
Right.
But I didn't get the thing that I didn't get to do, which I was actually looking forward to do, is there's the main bank goblin in the main queue, and you can talk to him. And there's certain things if you say to him, because he interacts with you.
Yeah.
And there's Easter eggs, and I knew some of the Easter eggs to say that will get things to happen.
Oh,
because there's things you can say to him. The single rider line doesn't go through that because it's way quicker. But definitely look it up if you're going to be in there, because there are secret phrases and things you can ask him that will trigger certain events and fun stuff. There's Easter eggs because you could talk to him.
But make sure you check the chair.
Check the freaking chair, because I get there and I am pushing on that thing and I'm not seeing the yellow.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're not getting the yellow." And then they're like, "We know a trick not happening. So I had to get the dreaded, sir, you're going to have to.
I hate that feeling.
It's the worst thing
Even
in the
just
world.
when they start like trying
Everybody's
to push
looking.
I'm like, oh, no.
So I'm just like out of there. But I got so many fast passes, you guys. And it was like, this wasn't just your normal fast pass, because they're normal they're called express passes that you have to pay for.
Right.
There. You don't work on any of the Harry Potter rides. Don't work on the Hogwarts Express. And that they definitely don't work on shows and restaurants, because their restaurants are pretty book solid, the ones that take reservations. And they also some rides that don't take them. Well, I got like 10 the first time. So the first ride where I got denied, I got 10 of these, like I could use them on anything, but they only worked that day, and the park was only open for like 2 more hours.
You had to like choose
so
what you're gonna do.
But I could go in, they're like, you can use this at a restaurant. If we go to a restaurant and they say they have no reservations, they have no tables, use this and they will give you a table. I did that.
That's awesome. So it's
they're
almost
like,
worth it.
Go to this show. If it said they say they have no seats, they say they're not taking anybody. So I used it on Terminator, which normally doesn't take. I used it on the Hogwarts Express twice, which normally doesn't take fast passes.
Right.
And I also got treated like royalty there. I think they thought I was like a Make-A-Wish
That just
kid.
goes. Is that like
it goes back and forth to the 2 parks, and little
Okay.
things happen in the windows and stuff.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. If I had waited a long time for it, I'd be bummed. Don't wait more than 20 minutes for it.
Yeah.
If you just want to see, it's faster to just walk
This is like
to the
a
other
train
park.
ride.
Yeah.
With some cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's like at Disneyland, they have a few things like that kind of thing.
It's a little cooler than that.
Okay.
Because like there's like a Dementor attack on one side, and you also have to do both ways because it's different.
Okay. Okay.
It's different each way, but it's definitely not worth waiting longer than 20 minutes. And also sometimes if the sign says 20 minutes, it's like 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I learned that.
These are some good tips.
But I ate at the Leaky Cauldron in Diagon Alley. That was great.
Nice.
I had butterbeer ice cream. I had to wait half an hour for, but it was worth it.
Though.
So good. I had frozen butterbeer. I had regular butterbeer. I had pumpkin juice. I had gilly water. I had all this stuff.
Like what? I mean, I know from the book. But like,
gilly water was just like sparkling water.
Okay.
Like flavored sparkling water.
Okay.
It wasn't that great. Pumpkin juice was delicious.
Does it taste like pumpkin? It kind of weirds me out.
It's like pumpkin cider, kind of like pumpkin apple cider.
Okay.
It's really good. I liked it.
Because I just picture like
think like a pumpkin soda.
Yeah, I guess
it's good.
All right,
I'm telling you, it's good.
When I read it, like when I read the stuff in Harry Potter that like all they have to eat, I'm like, this poor wizard. They eat like a lot of gross stuff.
The other food items I had were I had a flaming Moe. At Moe's Tavern. It's just orange soda with dry ice in it.
That's cool.
Because they want something to sell to kids. I had a Duff beer, which is
actually
like
beer?
yeah, it's actual beer.
Okay.
It's a very expensive normal beer.
But it says Duff on it.
Yeah, it was good. But I got to keep the flaming Moe cup.
Oh, that's cool.
They had a Duff one, but it was more expensive. They had like a Duff mug.
Right.
Did not get that. And then they have the Bumblebee Man taco truck. But they also have this in Hollywood, but it's really good.
Okay.
And then I went on the Men in Black. Oh, that's why we're talking about Men in Black.
Men in Black, yeah.
So speaking of Men in Black, the Men in Black ride is amazing.
Yeah.
It makes Buzz Lightyear look like a chump ride.
So it's an interactive shooting.
So it starts off where you're just doing a little shooting range, like in the training.
Right.
But then aliens invade, and there's like crazy animatronics, and they all have targets. And you're competing against the car next to you. You could shoot the car next to you to make it spin around.
That's
cool. Like it's super competitive. There's alternate endings depending on how good you do, and if you beat the other car.
That's
like,
so cool.
I rode it like 10 times, and the single rider is like you don't have to wait in line at all. Single rider, they have a ton of stuff that's single rider. It's amazing. So Fat Alert wise, I couldn't do either of the Harry Potter things. I was also told, I read old articles that there was a special fat car on Harry Potter, and what it was they had a yellow light and a green light, and if you got the yellow light, you could ride a special, like on the edge of the bench, but I think they changed the cars, so that's not a thing anymore. There is no yellow light, and so if you can't fit, you can't fit, and I was so close.
So did you have to wait a long time for that one too?
Nope.
Or?
Single rider, and then but then every time I didn't fit in the thing, I got fast passes. So then I'm like, I'm gonna try everything, even though I know I'm not gonna fit in it.
Get more fast passes.
I could have just gotten unlimited fast passes by just going around constantly Like if you're a big guy and you need fast passes, just go sit in one of those seats and look sad. Don't yell. Don't complain.
Yeah, be sad.
Just be sad, and somebody will give you free stuff because that's what happened to me.
So all of a sudden they're just gonna get a float of fats in there, like
just don't be mad.
Yeah.
Look sad. That's the slogan.
Don't be mad. Look sad.
Just be nice and be apologetic.
Yeah.
Because then they'll feel real bad.
I wasted your time.
Yes. And that's what the dude just kept handing him out to me. He's like, I'm so sorry. Because especially if it's a big guy and they can feel your pain. Yeah. Like, okay.
Because that's the worst feeling.
It sucks so bad.
Everyone's
especially
looking at you.
They could, I'm on vacation. Right. I'm wearing a wrestling shirt. Yeah. I got a lot of compliments wearing a wrestling shirt. Scooby, Shaggy, Daphne, and Velma were clearly wrestling fans because I was wearing a Chris Hero up like elbow knockout shirt. It's like those ones. It's like so and so and so and so and so and so, like those geek shirts.
Okay, yeah.
I have one that's Chris Hero and it's just elbow and elbow and elbow and knockout. It's a dumb thing because that's the thing is an elbow. And they immediately they must have all been wrestling fans.
Except that I pointed out. I think maybe they're just a character
of the WWE. But Chris Hero is not a WWE wrestler.
But still, maybe they just had to learn everything about wrestling to be in character.
They definitely knew what I had, and they were really cool.
That's cool.
That was fun. They also had a crazy. I almost waited 20 minutes to get my picture taken because I don't know if they have this in LA. They probably do, but I'd never seen it. They have a crazy walk around Megatron and Optimus Prime.
Huh.
Like they look like real Transformers.
How tall are they?
They're pretty tall, like 8 feet.
Wow.
And they look like them, and they talk, and you could talk to them.
That's so cool.
But it was like a 20-minute wait. But they did look awesome.
Just snap a selfie over your shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in too much of a.
Yeah.
Those parks are so big, and I was always trying to get to somewhere, and I always had a wrestling show or something.
So in spite of the fat alerts, there's enough stuff to do.
Oh yeah, other fat alerts.
Okay.
All the roller coasters, because now I guess it's been a while since I've been on roller coasters, but now in addition to the lap bar, they all have a belt that goes in between.
Yeah, the crotch belt.
And that's it. I can't do any of those because that's where my tall. Because I'm big and tall, and so then my tall comes into play, and I didn't get on any of the roller coasters, but those ones, man, that's where because there's 3 roller coasters right next to each other, and I'll go sit in the chair, look sad, get some fast passes, go sit in the next chair, look sad, get some fast passes. So between single rider and all the fast passes I was getting, I never had to wait in line for anything, baby, because I used all my fast passes on the shows,
right,
and on the restaurants. And on Hogwarts Express, and then single rider on all the rides. I also couldn't ride the Dudley Do-Right log ride, which is supposedly awesome. They have individual seats and a lap bar.
Okay.
And I couldn't, no way,
lap bar and a log ride?
Yeah, dude.
What?
I don't know. Derek said it's nuts.
The log ride's never up. Maybe it does something that other log rides don't
really,
do.
the hill's really steep.
All right.
But even the single seat, it was I tried to get in there. It was not happening. So then I got more fast passes. Favorite rides. Spider-Man might be my new favorite ride, period.
Okay.
It's as amazing as everybody says. It's so amazing. Have you been on Transformers yet?
I have not been on Transformers.
Well, it's a lot like Transformers.
Okay.
But it's Spider-Man. And when you take Luke on that, and he's probably gonna cry tears of joy the entire time because when freaking Green Goblin throws a pumpkin bomb, there's real fire. When it's got all these different guys and they're the Sinister Six is attacking you. There's all kinds of special effects. There's practical stuff. There's 3D stuff. There's water. There's all kinds. There's fog. There's real fire. And you're going all over the place and falling all over the place. And it's so awesome.
Sounds amazing.
And there's an exclusive only on that ride Spider-Man cartoon. And
really?
Dude.
The
plot to the ride is and they used the guys that made the cartoon.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's
is it Ultimate?
No, it's the old one, the Fox one.
Oh, this. Oh,
the one that went with X-Men.
Okay, yeah.
It's that one.
That's cool.
It's so good.
How old is that?
It's not the ride's not that old, but the animation looks like that.
One. Okay.
And then Stan Lee has a cameo on it,
dude.
and he's like the voice. like just like talking,
yeah.
Like, and then like J. Jonah Jameson. And you walk through the Bugle offices, like you walk all through the Daily Bugle office. It's the ultimate Spider-Man experience you'll ever go on. The Hulk roller coaster looks awesome. Could not go on it. It shoots you out of like the gamma ray cannon.
That's cool.
And stuff. It looks awesome. So that ride was awesome. Kong Skull Island was amazing because you're like, I'm on Skull Island. This is really scary. The line is terrifying.
Really?
There's like scare actors. There's
line.
Crazy animatronics. It's really creepy and like it's real fun. And then you get on these Jeeps and there's like a whole because like you've done the King Kong part of the Universal tour, right? Yeah. So that sequence is in the middle of the ride. The beginning is a brand new sequence that's really crazy, and then there's that sequence, and then at the end there's a freaking giant King Kong animatronic that's brand new.
So is it tied into the new movie?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of.
It's
definitely all of that.
Okay.
And it's called Kong Skull Island.
So it's
it's freaking awesome. It's so awesome. I rode it like 3 times. Men in Black was awesome. Also, just a cool thing to see. There's so much cool stuff to see because this park is so freaking ginormous. They have the giant Jaws shark. It's even bigger than the one they had in Hollywood.
Okay.
That's still there. They also have. I took my picture in front of the Harry Potter stuff is amazing. They have 13 Privet Drive.
Nice.
They have all that stuff. They have like where the headquarters is. This Order of the Phoenix headquarters. Grimmauld Place. Yeah. They don't have Privet Drive. It's Grimmauld Place.
Okay.
They have like all the Harry Potter stuff. Diagon Alley, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes.
That's awesome.
All this stuff. Oh, dude, Nocturne Alley is like really scary. It's all dark and there's like all kinds of cool stuff you can do in the windows if you have an interactive one. Like kids were freaking out in Nocturne Alley. Like I saw a kid just have a total panic attack because there's like it's kind of like when you go through the castle walkthrough and there's some scary stuff, but it's like the whole thing is like that. And kids were freaking out. There's like little pop-up things in the windows and like it's really cool.
I really have to watch the movies now.
Yeah, dude.
Because I have finished the book. I don't know if we've said that on the show yet.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. We'll talk about it in a minute.
All right.
We got to run out of time here. Mark, we have a letter from you that's amazing. We also have another letter. I think those are going to have to wait till next week.
Yeah. We'll get to it.
We got so much stuff.
We do.
But yeah, so that was awesome. What else did I do?
Well, all the wrestling stuff. You talked snippets here and there.
But as far as like Universal, I did the new Jimmy Fallon ride, which you never wait in line for.
Why is that?
It issues you. It's only Fast Pass.
Oh, okay.
It's only Fast Pass.
That's such a cool system.
So you go when your time is, and then you go in, and they have groups. And even while you're waiting I had to wait a little bit, but I don't know if you ever watched. I'm not a big fan of the Jimmy Fallon show.
I've seen a few.
Okay, he has is a barbershop quartet that does like contemporary songs.
Yeah.
So they had a barbershop quartet similar to that barbershop quartet, and they did all the they were doing like modern songs. They did the history of rap, and it was seriously so good. I was like getting emotional because they're so good, and they have like this whole routine.
That's cool.
And it was like I didn't even notice that I was like I waited 10 minutes and I didn't even notice.
Awesome.
And then it was time. So then it's like this theater because it was Twister. It was a Twister ride, not like the show at Hollywood. This was like a motion simulator ride.
Okay.
So now they turned it into Jimmy Fallon, and you race through New York, but you end up in space, and it's really fun. Okay. It's a fun ride. I had a near fatal alert there where my belt was all messed up, but it wasn't me. It was actually broken.
Oh, okay.
And I almost broke the whole ride. They almost had to get everybody off, but they tried it one more time and my belt went right in. But at first I was like, oh God, I'm too fat for this too. They're like, no, you're fine. But people were looking at me and I'm like, oh God. Oh God. Just like, I just want to leave. But I was at the whole end of the row, so that would have made even more of a scene. But I almost was ready to just run away. But then they finally were like, no, this is going to work. Because it was in soft opening. It opened last week. They actually did Jimmy Fallon at Universal all week while I was going to wrestling. And then I went to 15 wrestling shows. WrestleMania was amazing. It was the first time, I guess Levi's was at a stadium, but I don't think they let them do as much crazy fireworks in San Jose.
Right.
Dude, in Florida. Dude, we got every entrance was like a full-on fireworks display, like Disney level, just crazy, insane fireworks. Every entrance, there was themed ones to like each wrestler.
Inside?
No, this was an outdoor stadium.
Oh, okay.
70,000 people. And so, but like, because even at Levi Stadium, which is outside, they did some fireworks.
Right.
But this was like, not only was there fireworks going off of the stage, fireworks going off the side, there was like in the sky just full on fireworks displays for every entrance. And the ramp was 80 yards long. So they were projecting stuff on the ramp. Like the coolest one was Seth Rollins comes out holding an actual torch. And he puts it on the ground, and then since the whole ramp is LED screens, the whole ramp sets on fire, and it goes down like, and then it gets to the ring, and then because the ring is all LEDs, then that gets on fire. So he basically set the ring on fire, and then Roman Reigns did a thing where he did his like Superman punch on the ground, and then they had pyro go off all the way down the ramp. Like just the craziest entrances. Cool. So then with Triple H, he had like a full police escort with like 10 police motorcycles, and then he came out with Stephanie McMahon on this giant crazy tricycle motorcycle. And then the other giant thing that happened was the Hardy Boys came back, which are Michelle's favorite tag team of all time.
Okay.
And I'm sure she wishes she was there because it was always the big rumor was the Hardy Boys are going to come, but that's such a crazy thing because they haven't been in the WWE since like 2000 together since like 2006. They're one of the all-time greatest tag teams. They've been wrestling since they were teenagers. They've been
fighting crime.
So they're still so they're still because they started so young. They're still pretty much going strong, even though they've been wrestling for like 25 years. Because like Jeff started when he was like in like
Frank
13. Yeah, well they changed their names.
Frank and Joe.
This might be their cousins, Matt and
the
Jeff.
Other Hardy Boys.
Yeah, the other Hardy Boys.
Okay.
The non-crime solving
Chet there?
ones. Chet, I don't know.
He didn't make an appearance?
That'd have been awesome.
Okay.
But their manager should be Chet in his jalopy.
Yeah.
That's how I found out what a jalopy was.
Yeah, I had to look that up as a kid too. Like, what's a jalopy?
What the heck is a jalopy?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a tractor. So they came back during the tag team match, and I've been to like 4 WrestleManias in a row. I've never heard a reaction like that in my entire, because like the New Day even like faked everyone out because they came out in their gear and everyone's like, oh, well, the New Day is going to be in the match. And then they were like, the next entrants are, and then the Hardy Boys music came on and everybody went crazy. Because I had just seen them. I went to their tailgate party like that day and I'd seen them wrestle at an indie show the night before, 2 nights before.
So you knew they were in town.
So like I knew they were in town, but then, like, okay, so I kind of got it spoiled, but I still thought it was a psych out. When they got picked up at the tailgate party, they got picked up in a WWE van. But I thought that was them psyching everybody out, like further swerving everybody.
Right.
And then I overheard somebody, it's like, yeah, I was staying at the hotel they were staying in, and they canceled their reservation. And I heard now they're at the WWE hotel. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's another swerve. They want us to think that they're going. They're not going to actually do it. Because they've been doing that. They've been saying multiple things. Like every interview, like maybe, maybe not, maybe. Even when they were doing promos, they're like, maybe, you don't know it. And Jeff was doing, like Matt was doing his whole like, thing. Like, so it was crazy. And then they came out and it was amazing. WrestleMania, it was like 8 hours long, but it was the best 8 hours of my life.
So was that best show of the week?
I don't know. There were so many good shows.
Yeah, I won't
NXT TakeOver was amazing. Some of the indie shows I went to, Progress from England was amazing. Also, the fact that the day before the show, I had met all of the UK wrestlers who were at the Performance Center. The Performance Center thing was insane. I had breakfast and lunch with them. I'll just say one thing about it. I said this on the after chat, but I was concerned. I was like, what's this going to be? And I shouldn't have had any worries because as soon as I walked in, I met the 2 head trainers, which they're favorite wrestlers of mine. So already I got to sign my 1-day novelty contract. And I walk up the stairs and, this guy is on here cursing at us.
Yeah. Don't even
I didn't even see that.
I saw it earlier.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Beck. Wow.
It's all right.
So, okay. Whatever, that's YouTube. These are YouTube comments. Why did we put this here?
Maybe now you know why we don't normally.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's lazy. That's just lazy. All right.
So you walked in.
So I walk in, I sign my contract, and they're like, all right, go up the stairs. You're going to eat breakfast. And that's all they said. Walk upstairs. The first person I see is Shinsuke Nakamura. And he says, hello, Brendan. And then there's two other wrestlers, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, and they're from Australia, and they're like, "Hello, Brendan." They all know my name, and then they're like, "What would you like to eat?" And then they're like, "This is what we have." And then I grab some food and I sit and have breakfast with Nakamura for like 20 minutes, and we talk about everything. You didn't
just start immediately crying, like
I wanted to, but I'm like, I was crazy.
You held it together.
I held it together 100%, and then we got to just hang out with all the wrestlers, and it was amazing.
So we have videos forthcoming.
I did Nakamura's entrance.
We have to see that.
I got to go like behind. So when I was in gorilla position, I got coached by two PWG guys. There were so many PWG guys there, and they were all so stoked. Like Chris Hero, who is back to being Cassius Ohno, was like, "I have seen you at PWG," and I'm like, "Yes, you have." and like, so that was awesome, unprompted.
Right.
And then we ended up talking forever, like just hanging out. I got to just hang out with these guys all day. Like, it was insane. It was everything I've ever dreamed about. I have dreams about it now, and now it's real because we're actually like I feel like, because then, okay, listen to this. This is the culmination of everything. I'm at an indie show the next night, and Ruby Riott, also known as Heidi Lovelace, that's her real wrestling name. I don't think it's a real name, but it's her former indie name.
Okay.
She is up at the top where like the general admission, and there's like a top area where you could go. That's where the bathrooms were. And I'm up there and I see her, and again, unprompted, she's like, "Oh my gosh." And she's with some other wrestlers, and she's like, "This guy had the best entrance at the Performance Center." And so I'm like, "Oh my gosh," she's talking to me. And then she's like introducing me to all the, and I'm like, "I know who all of you are." And then they're like asking me questions like, "Oh my gosh, what was that like? That's unreal." And then like some of them are like, "You met Nakamura? What was he like?" And here I am talking to other wrestlers, right, like that are just like totally geeking out. And I'm like, this might be the best thing that's ever happened to me, like an indie show.
Well, the funny thing is, when I picked Brendan up from the airport, and I picked you up, and I was like, "All right, I just have one question." You're like, "Yes, it was worth it." Like, you didn't even like hesitate. I didn't have to ask the question. You're like, "It was worth it, every penny of it." You do it again.
I'm gonna save up again, and I'm gonna do it
again.
I'm gonna do it again. Mark my words right now. I'm gonna do it again. I will fly out to Orlando to go to Universal and to do that.
It sounds like it was because going into it, it's hard to know what you're actually gonna get.
But I never should have doubted WWE, because holy crap. And then I don't even have time to talk about the fact that we saw NXT TakeOver, which was on par with WrestleMania as far as match quality, probably better than WrestleMania when it came to sheer match quality.
Yeah.
And I saw that from a suite with food, and wrestlers came up there, and we met them there. And oh my God, it was crazy.
So it paid off in 100%. The end. It was worth it.
It was amazing. And then I got to meet Marty and Sarah and hang out with them, and Colt Cabana recorded a podcast, even though I lost it, but we're going to do it again.
Do it again. Are you going to do on that? Are you going to do like a full rundown of their stuff more?
Not a full rundown, but definitely talking about that and talking about WrestleCon, because
that's Mr. Brendo's Wrestling Show.
MBWS. I'm also recording an episode with Veronica this week.
Oh, so, nice. Okay.
Well, she wants to talk about things that I experienced, and Total Divas is back, so we're going to talk about that.
Okay, good. So there's more MBWS in the pipeline.
So then, what else happened? Let's see. The wedding was great.
Yeah.
Something I want to talk about the wedding. My brother bought me a pair of Vans slip-ons because I had given up on Vans slip-ons because when I went to the Vans store, they didn't have any of my size, and I used to be online. They didn't have my size, and I think I ordered one in my size and it didn't fit. So my brother, me being, I don't know how I didn't think of this. My brother's like, I just ordered the size larger.
One bigger, yeah.
And you can get them online because that's a size 15 because I normally have 14.
Right.
But you can get size 15s online. Fits amazing, and I don't think I'm ever wearing anything besides Vans slip-ons now.
That's
I think awesome. I found my sports shoe.
Well, it's funny because
because I used to wear them as a kid. That's all I wore.
Yeah.
And now I'm like back to being all about. And you can get all different designs online.
So right now you got black and white checkers.
I have the checkered. I'm gonna buy more.
Yeah.
When I have the chance. They're expensive. They're $50 a pair.
I mean, like
that's
for
not
shoes,
terrible.
It's not like outrageous.
I know people that spend hundreds of dollars on shoes.
Yeah.
And for the big sizes, that's actually because I spend on average 40.
Right.
Sometimes I usually wait until like if there's a sale, like buy one get one. But these shoes do last a long time, and oh my God, it's so great.
But once you find that shoe, believe me, I understand.
Well, on a much more somber note, my first day back at work, as everybody probably has heard, was the day of the San Bernardino school shooting. And for about 45 seconds, I thought it was happening at my school.
Well,
because
a lot of us were thinking, because all we heard was
San Bernardino. So we go on lockdown. I'm like, that's not good. Like real lockdown. Like get the kids, be quiet, lock the door, don't open it for anybody. This is the real deal. And I knew it wasn't a drill, so I'm like, oh crap, it's happening. And I'm in the computer lab full of kids, and so slip-ons are not like flip-flops. No, they're just a shoe with no laces.
Yeah.
But it's a full-on shoe. There's no tumble happening.
Yeah. Good question, though, because you are not allowed to wear flip-flops. That's the rule.
Yeah.
All right.
So, because they have a full back to them.
Right.
They have a full support. It's
just just no laces.
There's just no laces. It's what Kevin Smith wears. Yeah. And Derek. Yeah. Derek's a little mad that I'm cramping his style.
I saw, yeah.
But we have different ones. Even Hank, I ran into Hank and Brian Lynch on Saturday. And the first thing out of Hank's mouth was, you guys have the same shoes. And I was like, yes, I do. That's right. They're cool. But so I'm in the computer lab, here lockdown. I look at my phone, and the only thing that's showing from the news alert is San Bernardino Elementary School shooting, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And thankfully, my first instinct was, I got to protect these kids. It was not, I got to get out of here. Didn't run. I went up to the teacher who was there, and she was like, and she whispered, it's at North Park. And I was like, and the rush of relief was real.
Yeah.
Because I was like, because seriously, for 45 seconds, I thought there was a shooting happening at my school. And it was just the most scared I've ever been in my whole life.
Well, even but
there was this crazy rush, but then I just looking at the kids, I'm like, we gotta help, we gotta protect these kids. Because I was with a room full of third graders. And then what happened, like horrific. Special ed teacher, special ed kids, and like kids getting caught in a crossfire situation. And the fact that school did everything right.
Yeah.
They followed every procedure. It wasn't like there was a missed procedure. It wasn't like anything. It was like that was the proper visiting procedure. It was a proper everything. And that's terrifying.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with that. We already put on, at least my school already, like a lot of our schools, we already are doing like some major visitor restrictions.
Yeah.
Like if somebody comes with something, they get somebody to just bring it to, like, there's like an in-between person.
Right, like delivery.
We already instituted that. And then there's like certain, I don't know what they're going to do. There's still going to be a way for like, they're not going full extreme yet, but they're doing some extra vetting with like visitors.
Because it's
really hard because here's the thing. The reality is, like, I don't think it's within outside the realm of possibility that they're going to require like life scans or background checks for visitors.
Right.
Because that would have prevented this.
Right.
But is that something I can't believe that's where we're at.
I know, but it's the reality.
Because he had a criminal record. He had a violent criminal record. But
from without knowing that, though, his visit didn't look any different.
No, it didn't look any different than any other visit. Because it was a spouse.
Right. And, and they know who I am.
Yeah.
But, and at least at Janelle's school, you have to do Megan's Law.
Yeah.
And I think most schools have
that.
Yeah. But not like the full like live scan thing.
But this, I feel like we could have like a thing where like only fully checked visitors.
It's horrible that we're at that, but I would gladly do
that. Well, it's like every day I have to deal with, like even today, some lady almost hit my car because she had stormed off because they wouldn't let her pick up her kid because she didn't have her ID. And I said to her, because as we were walking, she's like, can you believe that? And I said, ma'am, one, I work here. Two, would you like us to just like give your kid to anybody that comes and says they're a parent? That there says what, like, would you like to give your kid to anybody that says they're you? How do we know? And she's like, and then I think I flustered her, so she just stormed off. But I'm like, what?
Well,
come on,
especially like, that's in the crazy. Wake of an event like that, like you have to expect there's gonna be a reaction to it, and
But like that's a pretty standard thing.
Yeah,
IDs to pick up your kid, because like, would you like us to just give your kid to somebody that's like, hello, I'm Bob Jones, please give me my child?
Well, and I mean, each school is different, and everybody like, it's worth it. It's worth it for the safety of your kids. So do what it takes.
But our principal talked today, and she's like, well, I talked to the guy, and he said the safest place. He says, he's like, the safest place I can think of is a prison. Do we want our schools to be prisons? And where do you get that balance?
Right.
Because you also want it to be a place of welcoming, of learning.
Right.
Because there is good, so it's hard.
It is. And gosh darn the monsters out there that have to ruin it for everybody. But I mean, it is the reality.
I mean, we are only a couple years removed from a dude killing 20 kids.
Yeah.
And then now this happens, and it also sucks that San Bernardino is we've all worked so hard to improve.
Yeah.
We're working hard to get our graduation rates up. They are going way up. Things are looking up. Crime is still super high in San Bernardino, but it's just a shame that this is the only San Bernardino in the news. This is what people think of this and the terrorist shooting.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Right. Like for someone who's not from California, let's say.
Like just being in Florida, and as soon as I said San Bernardino, now this.
Like, oh, right. I mean,
like,
yeah, I don't know. So
it's hard. It sucks.
It is.
Just sucks.
Okay, so Matthew called me and he's like, I don't know if you saw what's on the news. I'm like, no. And he's like, so he texted you because he's like, what school does he work at? And I'm like, well, I know the name of your junior high, but I didn't remember the name because he worked at 2 different schools, and I couldn't remember the name of the elementary.
Well, I checked in on Facebook as soon as I could.
Well, yeah, so
it was nice to know how many people were worried about me.
It was just there was a moment of panic of like, I don't know, I can't remember the name, and
well, let me tell you, I am very thankful that my mom was out doing something, because even she admitted, she's like, if I had just heard San Bernardino school shooting on the news, I probably would have gone into full-on complete shock.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad that you got to avoid all that.
Yeah.
But then she had like a post. She kind of caught up on some of the panic there.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to wrap this up. But real quick, I also want to talk about, I did get to participate in the tax march on Saturday, trying to get Trump to release his tax returns. But it wasn't nearly as big as the women's march.
Right.
But we actually got to march, because the women's march is so big that there was nowhere to go.
Standing still.
But this one, there was still several, I want to say tens of thousands of people, but not like the million plus that we probably had for women's march. But there was still tens of thousands, if not, I don't know what the number is, but there was a lot of people, and we actually got to march, and it's cool. It was just cool being and walking around downtown like that with like in the middle of the day, walking on. We got to go through one of the tunnels, and just, again, I think it's also like, yes, we're making a statement, and the fact that he was golfing while it was happening says a lot. And then also just, it's hard. It's easy to freak out right now. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. I don't care what part of the spectrum you're on. Like, there's some scary stuff going on. There's bombs being dropped. There's threats being made. It's very scary. And to be around thousands of other people that feel the same way, and it makes you feel like, okay, I'm not going crazy, and maybe it is going to be okay. And I went with Cheryl from Movies Made Me and her friend Danielle, and it was a good day. We went to the counter after and ate.
Nice.
And that place is real good. And then it was
on the 15th, which is when taxes are due.
Yes, tax day. Tax march.
It took me like all day. I'm like, why today? I don't get it. And then Janelle's like, it's when taxes are due.
Yeah.
Janelle did our taxes back in February. Yeah. We already got our refund and spent that money. So
then I met up. So Lynch and Derek and Hank, Lynch's son, went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the New Beverly. They had a kiddie matinee. It was Hank's. I think it was Hank's first time seeing it.
Like the old one?
The original 1990 movie. And so I met up with them at Meltdown Comics. And man, I love Meltdown Comics, but it also makes me realize, because even Derek, there's so many cool indie comics and other cool comics, and I want to read them, but there's too many.
It's a little overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming, especially there. And they got such cool stuff. I did notice they got rid of all their classic video games.
Really?
Yeah, because they used to have like a ton of like old Nintendo cartridges and other stuff. That's gone. So I don't know if
probably
maybe it
wasn't lucrative
enough for them.
Yeah.
But I love Meltdown Comics. Also, we got to listen to Doug Loves Movies because it was happening.
Oh, nice.
And so that was cool. And it's just it was cool seeing Brian and Hank. Hank is a very cool kid. And I don't know if you saw Star Wars Celebration. They announced Carrie's new show. It's like that web series.
Yeah, that looks great.
What is it called?
It's something stories.
Yeah,
or something.
It looks awesome.
I can't remember, but yeah,
it's really cool. Animated short stuff.
Yeah,
but they got all the voice actors.
Well, and I'm excited because
it's bridging some gaps and stuff in the story.
What's her name from Rogue One? What's the girl's name from Rogue One? Well, anyway, like. Spoiler alert, I guess, because of what happens at the end that we aren't going to get to see more. It's cool that we get to see more of her story.
And her voice.
Yeah.
Because she did the voice.
Felicity Jones, but why can't I think of her?
Not Carrie Fisher.
Well, okay, she was at the end of it, yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, so that's really cool, and I'm stoked for Carrie.
Jin Urso. There we go. Okay.
I'm very stoked for Carrie.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
And yeah. So then Derek I'd never been to Tender Greens before. Have you ever been to Tender Greens? It's really good. It's like it's like healthy.
Okay.
But they have like all natural sodas and free refills.
Nice.
And I had the chicken was really good. And it's right by Amoeba. It's pretty tender.
Okay.
And it was right by Amoeba, so we went to Amoeba.
Sweet.
And Amoeba's always awesome.
Anything good?
No, I'm in a very not spending money mode.
Understandably so, yes.
I was tempted. They did have some Mondo. Mondo is releasing more of their records to record stores. So they had like some cool soundtracks. They also had some Inside Out, like the 7 inches.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that set.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of those.
That's cool.
But you know what I really want?
What?
Have you seen the Sub Pop Bob's Burgers box set that's coming out?
Yes. I did.
Dude.
It's not cheap.
But there's like, well, the regular one's like, it's like $50.
Yeah.
Then the special edition looks especially amazing. But they both look really cool.
Yeah.
And it has, I don't know if you saw it has every song
all the songs,
that's ever been on the show.
I would love it.
And it's Sub Pop. So you know it's going to be quality.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it looks so amazing. But they have a lot of cool stuff. And we were looking at all the movies and we were looking at goofy things. You know, the movie section is always fun because you always find really weird stuff. And Derek and I, it's just a good time, spend time with Derek. And then, we've got to wrap it up, sorry. Went to a show. It's a new show. It's Cinefamily. It's called Get High, Watch Wrestling.
Okay.
And that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Now that it's legal, you can do things like that. And it's great. And they have like this patio area, and they had free snacks and drinks. And Ron Funches, I could listen to him. I don't know if you ever heard him do stand-up.
I've heard snippets.
He has a very soothing voice.
Yeah.
And he's very funny. And he told a bunch of wrestling jokes. And then he brought on his special guests. And Doug Benson was there. And Brian Posehn. And the wrestler X-Pac. And Ryan Satin from Pro Wrestling Sheet. And they basically, it was like MST3K.
Pro Wrestling Sheet?
Yeah.
And his name is Satin?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's like totally on purpose, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
You got that too, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
Him and Jimmy Thread count.
Yeah. But he was really nice. I talked to him after. I talked with everybody after. I hung out with Doug Benson, and it was nuts.
That's cool.
I may have gotten high with Doug Benson.
You may have. Well, if you saw him, you probably did.
Yeah. But it was great. And they had free snacks and stuff, which was really nice. And it was like MST3K with wrestling and funny wrestling clips. He showed the entirety, not the entirety, but there was a WrestleMania match involving Donald Trump shaving Vince McMahon's head and doing wrestling moves.
Like a long time ago.
Not that long ago.
Okay.
Like 7 or 8 years ago. And it's just crazy. And the whole time he's just like, that's our president. Very presidential. Can you believe this is happening? And it's just like, oh my gosh. So then as a palate cleanser, he showed Matt Hardy's son, 1-year-old son, Maxwell, wrestled a match and won. So it's like, here, watch this little kid wrestle. It'll make you forget the fact that that's our president.
So you got some cute.
But it was really funny. And then I think it's going to become the new hot ticket.
Yeah.
So this might be the only time I get to go to that show. Because the Cinefamily is small. And it sold out that night. I mean, I was able to buy tickets because it didn't sell out right away. But I was there day one, right there. But I'm worried because I want to go to that show every month. It was so awesome. And I'm sure he's going to get lots of other good comedians. But it was great. And I don't know. I loved it. So I'd highly recommend it.
Mario in the chat threw another one in versus Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
That's a good cheat joke.
All right. Well, we didn't even make it through again.
Okay, well, I have 2 super fast business things.
We're reading Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah, have you started?
Oh, dude, I'm like almost done.
I'm almost finished with the first one.
I have found a kindred spirit, as she would say. I am like...
Isn't it amazing?
Okay, like, I'm like, I wish I'd read this as a kid because I am this person, and this would have made me feel better as a person. Like, hey, it's okay to talk all the time and be super imaginative and get lost in your thoughts
and have red hair.
Be a total space case and have red hair. I do not like a lot of the anti-ginger sentiment in the book.
Yeah, but
it's a little disturbing.
But I think it's representative of the attitude, and she was dealing with that. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. They basically are like, you're the devil.
Yeah, it's bad. But
like,
if you think about it, like
Miss
culturally
Rachel,
speaking,
like, dude, when she just like chews out Miss Rachel, that's like the greatest thing of all time.
The thing that blows me away about this book is that it was written like over 100 years ago, and it is modern storytelling.
It's on. I mean, because they even said like she was contemporaries with Mark Twain, and they were fans of each other.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's the only thing I would even remotely compare it to is Mark Twain, because it's you can still read it. The way she writes
her characters is just beautiful.
And then the way she described everything, like. No wonder everybody wants to go to Prince Edward Island. I want to go there now. Yep. That sounds like the most magical place in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go there I want to plan a trip there. Like, when are we going to go to Prince Edward Island, Phil? Radio BrendoMan tour.
It's
Prince
not
Edward
cheap
Island.
to go
I know,
there. That's the problem.
But I want to go there so
it's the
bad.
Opposite side of the country,
we have to go there.
We
have to go there, though. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And my grandma went there, and if anybody would have been disappointed if it wasn't up to snuff, and she even said it's the most beautiful place I've ever been to in my entire life. And my grandma traveled to a lot of places.
Well, plus
you talked to her after she got back from there.
Yeah, that's right. We talked right after, and plus they're very like aware of the Anne, stuff.
It's basically like it's like Hannibal, Missouri.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Right. I just love it. And it's funny because I read through them all in high school, and I loved them then. I read the entire series in high school, and it was the kind of thing where like people knew I was reading them, and I did get a little like in high school it wasn't like a bullying thing, but some like I'm reading those girl books, ha ha ha. But
they are girl books.
It doesn't matter. This is storytelling that transcends.
It's so good.
Like
it's so good. I'm 100% down.
I'm telling you, like when
I wish I'd read these.
There's parts I'm like crying, like openly. I'm laughing out loud.
Well, I just love like all her little like just like misunderstandings, but then like the way she like. I mean, like 1 minute she confesses to something she didn't even do just so she thinks like she'll get to go on the picnic.
Right.
And then the next day she's like saving a kid from death.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I love the way that she writes like Marilla, where like she knows that she's supposed to punish him, and then like a little like twitch
and then the moment
smile.
where she like when she thinks that she might be dead, and that's when she realized like oh, I love Anne with all my heart. And then when just little things like she realized then she didn't know how she had lived life without Anne. Like it's so wonderful.
When with the whole missing brooch thing where she realized like, oh, she's an honest kid. Like she might be a lot of things, but I can trust her. Like, but she doesn't like spell it out. It's just
Judy Blume turned 101.
Yeah,
actually.
Oh wait, no, I thought that was
Beverly Cleary.
Cleary did,
Judy Blume is 71. Beverly Cleary is 101.
Anyway, everyone should read it. That's our current book club one.
So good.
We're wrapping up. I mean, I'm almost done with the first one. I finished Harry Potter.
Amazing, right?
Final book was fantastic.
Cry?
And
Did you cry?
I wouldn't say cry.
Not, come on.
Not really.
When you watch the movies, you're gonna cry.
I really want to see the movies now.
You're gonna cry. Okay, I'll tell you where you're gonna cry.
Dobby, it was close. That was probably the closest.
If you almost cried the book, you are absolutely gonna cry in the movie. 100%, bro.
Because Dobby is the single maybe Hermione in there, but it's the most selfless character in the thing. I never did like fully emotionally connect with like Ron and Harry because they're kind of jerks through a lot of it. I get their journey and blah blah blah, and I appreciated it. But Dobby is just so pure, and Hermione too, like at only slightly lesser degree. Like,
oh man,
sometimes Hermione would get a little.
There's some parts in the movie. Oh, you're gonna cry those movies.
He was pure.
You're gonna cry those movies.
So
the movies are great. We need to have like a marathon.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's gonna long marathon. Maybe like a couple.
Hey, we did the Lord of the Rings.
But I think this would be. Isn't it 7 movies?
Yeah.
No, it's 8 movies.
It's 8 movies.
Yeah.
It's at least like.
That's like 16 at least.
Hey, how many hours was Lord of the Rings?
13.
Okay.
So we're over Lord of the Rings.
I've done a 24-hour marathon.
I know. Well, anyway, I need to watch them though.
They're so good.
But it was great, and I'm glad that I did finally get to read it and stuff. So our current one is Anne of Green Gables, and I'm telling you, don't let the either old-timey or girly thing put you off. Like, none of that matters. It's such modern storytelling. It feels like someone wrote it now, just about back then.
Yeah, because I'm reading another old book. It's called The Well at the World's End. I don't know if you've ever heard
I've heard that.
So this is what influenced Tolkien.
Okay.
This is what influenced like all of modern fantasy.
But
it's from like the 1800s.
Probably hard.
But it's written in like old English.
Yeah.
Like these and nows. But even though he did that on purpose.
Right.
And it's also very much it's the ultimate like male wish fulfillment fantasy.
Okay.
And that like, here's this beautiful woman. Here's this beautiful woman. Here's this beautiful woman. But it's a really cool story. And I could see like there's a character named Gandalf.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
Inspired by.
Yeah. So like, but it's totally different. But you could see why this is the root of all, because he's on a quest and he like goes on a journey. It's a lot of him walking, but it's very entertaining. But it's also like this is proto fantasy.
Proto Frodo?
Yes, proto Frodo, 100%. So, but it's a little difficult to read. Whereas Anne of Green Gables, I'm just flying through this thing. It's like reading again, like the closest I compared to Mark Twain.
Right.
Like it's very much like great. Just again, the descriptions of everything and the way Anne talks is like
I love when there's
so
just a
great.
huge block
just a
of
giant,
her like
and like
and Marilla's like, hold your tongue, girl, or whatever. Like,
man,
this is great.
I just wish I had read that as a kid because then again, like, because she talks about kindred spirits.
Yeah,
and I feel like I would have had a kindred spirit.
And Diana Barry.
Oh, Diana. Oh, just their friendship is adorable.
It is. It's so.
They're bosom friends.
Oh, I love it. I
love how they rename everything.
Oh yeah,
and
that
then
can't be that. That's not beautiful enough.
They turn the like wood into the haunted wood and scare themselves to death.
And then how she lets Diana name things, and they're not as creative as she would do it, but she's so sweet, Diana. It's super great.
It's great.
So follow us. We have a Goodreads link at the top of our page of RadioBrendo.com.
Book club. Book club.
Join it and read along with us because it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And then one other quick business thing is that the T-shirts for our Kickstarter have all been sent out, and I'm pretty sure everyone has it.
Mm-hmm.
But if for some reasons I didn't get any sent back to me, and
oh man, I just saw Lynch.
I know, because I need to get
him all his stuff.
If for some reason you didn't get it, let me know. But I think everyone should have it. Where's he moving? Oh well, you don't sound here. Another state? Or?
No.
Okay.
He's moving from Burbank to the good place.
Okay. Well, so I need to get that because I've never gotten an address for him.
We'll get it. We'll talk to him.
What do you think of him? But other than that, if you're listening, Brian, I will be happy to give it to you. But everyone else should have it. So if for some reason you don't, send us an email and we'll rectify it. But I think everyone's got it. So hopefully so. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's my business.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. Do I qualify for the full bar challenge?
Let's see. I think you were
come on.
You were in 3 tonight.
What?
I'll give you 3.
Whatever.
It's 11:30.
Yeah, but this was a special circumstances.
Oh, that's why I'm giving you 3. That's pretty good.
What didn't I get? Can you not give me an M&M's and give me a Twix?
All right, fine.
What are the options?
I'll give you a Snicker and a Twix, and you already got the other M&M.
What else is there?
Peanut M&M.
Yeah, you can hold on to that.
All right, I'll hold on to that. I'll give you 3. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right.
Well, be sure to go to radiobrendo.com. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes and all the other things on there. Go to benvnetwork.com. Listen to all the other Benv Network podcasts. Click that Amazon link at radiobrendo.com. We'll be back with more Amazon next week. We'll be back with your letters. Mark Kalmbach, we haven't forgotten you. Oh, my gosh. And we've also got another one from Amber. Some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And you could send us in your letters. Listener mail, reader mail. Goes to radiobrendoman@gmail.com or go to radiobrendo.com, click the contact. We're at BrendoMan on Twitter, Radio BrendoMan Facebook page, Tumblr, whatever. You can hit us up. And I think that's going to do it for this week. So for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brenda Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. And John Goo Bang Doo didn't do that last time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, John Goobang-Doo ×2.
Ooh. If you say his name 3 times, does he show up?
He's like, I'm John.
Hello,
from
I'm Mark from Princeton.
Mark from Princeton. Oh, dude, never heard back.
I think it's probably because he's not a real person.
Don't say that. He's real to me.
Live. He's real to me. Take him away from me. Call this one.
I don't know. Oh,
Frodo.
No, it's Marmaduke Now.
Oh, Marmaduke Now.
Frodo is pretty good. Yeah, I got that Well at the World's End book for like 99 cents. Dude, there's like, since it's like basically a public domain book, I got like all like there, because it's even beyond the 8 like Avonlea books. It's like got all the other, there's other ones
okay,
too.
So there's 8 in the main series. Then there's like short story collections and things.
So this
like
one
that.
has like 12 things in it, and I got it for 99 cents, so that was a good deal.
So we're doing the main
the
series. 8. Yeah.
So it has that, and like those first.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've actually read all the side ones too, and they're all great.
Well, I have them all now.
But
99 cents.
8 fits, and there's 8 in the main because there's also all the Avonlea stories that they based that Disney TV show on, which she wrote like collections of Avonlea stories that are in the same town, but obviously follow the story girl.
So I forgot to mention that I bought tickets to like 4 more wrestling shows.
Oh my gosh,
that was the more wrestling.
So this guy just came in to just troll. Like, that's not.
See, I don't like that. I kick him out. Block.
There you go.
Report. Put user in timeout. See this idiot's channel.
You better be a very.
He's a 0. He's a nobody. He's an anonymous troll.
Call us fat. Whatever. It doesn't hurt if we're calling ourselves fat.
Yeah, that does not hurt.
He's got stuff actually.
Yeah, I don't know who this is.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. He's got a MySpace.
Don't we all?
Well, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So next week we'll do some more letters, and then we should be back.
Yeah, I think we can, like, although Mark's is going to be a daunting
Well, I wanted to talk about video games because I played a bunch. You got to come over and play The Witness, dude. You're going to love it. Well, have you watched new MST3K at all? I haven't
yet. No,
I watched the first episode of Iron Fist, and I really liked it.
You know, who else was I talking to? Because you said you liked it. And
Justin said he liked it.
I think
Josh said he liked it.
Josh, and then my brother David.
Well, Josh said he liked parts of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very different.
Yeah, I'm. You know,
I like it, but you really kind of need to watch the other shows.
I've got to catch up,
especially once Defenders comes out. I mean, oh my gosh,
I'm so far behind.
Gosh, you haven't even watched Daredevil season 2, and you got freaking Black. You got Luke Cage, and then Defenders is going to be out like they're saying September.
I know. It's hard. Although, and I shouldn't even admit this then, but I did watch a new show. It's like the greatest show that's ever been made, and I can't believe I didn't know about it, and how did no one tell me I needed to watch the show? It's called Angie Tribeca.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
Have you watched it?
It's the new, it's What's-Her-Face.
Well, it's Steve Carell and Nancy Walls' wife wrote it and directed it.
And it's Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones is the star.
I heard it's really good.
Every comedy person has a cameo at some point or another. And
I need to add it to my
list. I know I made you watch.
It's on Hulu, right?
It's on Hulu. And the first 2 seasons are, and it's TBS, so there's a 3rd season that's running.
There's multiple. I thought this was like a new.
It's on the 3rd season.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
But only 2 seasons are on Hulu right now. I know I made you watch the old Police Squad show, like before Naked Gun.
No, I know what it is. I've heard about it.
I'm telling you, like, she is Leslie Jones. She is Leslie Nielsen, and if they just kept making Police Squad, this is it. It's exactly it's mind blowing. It's so good. I cannot believe. I've only watched like 3 episodes. But
did you watch the Fallon SNL?
No, is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
You watched Louis C.K.
I watched Louis
C.K. was great.
Yeah.
Although they did have that sketch that, like, did you watch?
Well, I heard about it, but I don't know which one.
The clown sketch. So there's the clown sketch, and then you watch Tig Notaro's short film.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no way that's a coincidence.
Really?
There is no way. Tig even called out that there was a writer on SNL that like is fully aware of her short film.
Huh.
So like I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Well, I mean I saw that she was upset,
It's
but
like,
I never saw which one.
Oh,
was
you
which.
should watch them.
Huh.
And hers was way first, and it's pretty well known in the comedy world.
So like
it's like a clown for adults, for an adult that that's lonely, and he hires a clown.
Does he say he's gonna like kill him at the end?
I'm just.
I mean, not that changed,
I know, but I watched enough of this where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, dude. It's pretty bad. But other than that, it was a great episode. The Jimmy Fallon, like, it's very Jimmy Fallon. Like even the like intro, like I'm like this. It's like this big dance number, and I'm like, this is cool, but it's not funny. Like this isn't funny. It's just people dancing. Like they dance all through and the big deal was that it was live on both coasts, so it's fully live. So it's like, oh look, this is live, and we're dancing all through the studio. There's no joke. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Whereas I love when it's a stand-up.
Well, just stand-up is the best
because they tell jokes and it's funny.
Yeah,
and like, Louis C.K. was so funny.
Well, I mean, you gotta love his he pushes buttons.
Oh yeah,
like he does
but he loves it.
Punches.
But you could tell that he loves it.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing, and he walks the line like just close enough.
And he's like, I know what I'm doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Because then he's like, wait for it, I'm still going here. Yeah.
This isn't a racist joke, guys.
Oh man. But yeah, like Jimmy Fallon, there were some okay things, but they did like again. It seemed like it was all because Jimmy Fallon does a lot of stunts.
Yeah,
and like things like he did like even the Family Feud. It was like time travel Family Feud, which was funny. But the main focus of it was that he was John Travolta 1977, and then he was running back and forth, and he was John Travolta now, and that was the main focus of the sketch.
All right.
And like it was all right, but they had the new girl. Like what I wanted to see more of was they had the new girl as Gwen Stefani, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And she only did it once.
I love her. She's
so funny.
She is gonna pop. I'm telling you because she's only gotten little bits here and there, but
I think my favorite Louis C.K. thing was because there was that one sketch that was really weird.
There was a couple really weird ones on his.
There was a couple really weird ones, but the sectional couch commercial was hilarious.
So weird.
Because then he's like, "This isn't a store. I don't want you to come here. Don't come here." But like, there was a couple that were just like really weird and uncomfortable. But like, the tenement museum was pretty funny, and then I loved that he did the like.
Oh yeah,
he did the closing in the voice, and he made Alec Baldwin like completely break. Also,
because what was that voice he was doing? It was
and also the Melissa McCarthy Easter Bunny, like the Easter Sean Spicer. Oh, that might have been this week's.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, so last week's was Alec Baldwin as Bill O'Reilly and Trump. This week was Steve Bannon getting banished, and this week was they filmed Sean Spicer, but she wasn't live, so they were able to tape it separately, and it was a whole Easter thing and make it because there was that whole Holocaust blunder.
Yeah, blunder. So putting it nicely. Yeah,
they made fun of that. Pretty hardcore, and she actually uses VeggieTales toys because she has her thing with the butt, so she pulls out. So VeggieTales got got on freaking SNL. Because she's like, all right, because he's doing the story of the Jews. He's like, the Pharaoh told the Jews, and then they passed over the Pharaoh, just like a Sean Spicer. So she's got like Larry and it's like Larry and Bob like toys. The ones where they're like Pharaoh. Like,
yeah.
They got those toys, and like that's pretty awesome.
That's really awesome.
And then it was really funny. But other than that, like, I don't know. Also, everybody's talking about those freaking chain smokers, and those guys suck.
Really? You didn't like them?
I did not like them.
I'd never heard of them before, but I kind of like. I will say
I thought they sucked.
90% of the time, I
wasn't into his vocals like at all, and like I don't know, just the lyrics of the song was like they're so artificial.
I thought it was good, like I don't know, pop though.
I just thought it was silly.
It's very like Candy, like.
I like Harry Styles. Way better. He's the One Direction guy, but he went solo.
When did he do it? Was he on the most recent?
This most recent one. He was way better. I don't know. I just heard those Chainsmokers guys like all over and like
I never heard of them before that.
Yeah, they're super hot right now.
I always give it like a minute.
I bet you Melissa loves them.
I listen to it until the vocals kick in, and if by that point I don't like it, I just get past it. But I actually listen to theirs. I know, but you don't like super processed like poppy electronic stuff.
I guess, but I don't know. The lyrics,
you don't like Owl City.
Not really.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but this wasn't even that. This was like weird, like kind of hip hop, but not. And like the lyrics were like just really superficial.
I thought it was silly.
I don't know. I felt like kind of bro-y to me.
Maybe.
I definitely got a bro vibe.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what it was.
I'm not saying we'll go out and buy their album, but I thought it was pretty catchy.
Also, there was a part where I like just seemed very clear to me that the other guy wasn't doing anything. And I'm like, why is that guy even up there? And they even had like a real keyboard player and like hiding in the back. And I don't know, dude.
He just does his thing.
And he had like the one drumstick. I'm like, he's not even doing anything.
I don't know. For me, it was entertaining. But
Harry Styles did more for me.
Well, I haven't listened to that one yet, so I might. I do. I mean, I listen to some of them, but there's plenty. Like that one guy that everybody freaks out about.
Oh, the Ed Sheeran.
I did not get that. Like,
he sucked.
And
people love him.
Yeah.
And I was not into it at all. I guess I can't say he sucked because I guess he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But that is not my thing, like at all. It made me feel like an old man. Like sometimes SNL, like the music acts, like just make me feel like an old man. Because I'm like, this is that thing. Too, huh? Well, they're all right. I actually kind of like some of their songs.
I like them a lot.
I think they're really catchy because they actually play guitar and stuff. Yeah. Like I really like that. Well, because one, I think that Good Old Days song is like it's basically like I think like get it like it's the whole message of that is like you're told to get a job and make money and that sucks.
Yeah.
And like you spend your whole life being told you can do anything, you can be creative, and then you're told, nope, go get a job, make money. Yeah. And I love the message of that song. And like, and also they're fun. Like, I don't know, they were a lot more fun. I like them. I like 21 Pilots. Right. I know they're hot with the kids, but I think they're actually, but like, whereas I felt like, I don't know.
Again, I'm not saying like, I'm freaking out about them. I just thought they were enjoyable, which some of them are much more than others.
Too bro-y for me.
Because there was also one artist they had on recently that did like a weird like country thing that just did.
Oh, the country guy.
No. It was like Lady Gaga's, I think. Was it Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga seemed pretty normal.
I don't know, maybe, but just someone who was like just felt really like out of place and it was weird.
It wasn't Lorde?
Maybe it was Lorde.
I like Lorde. People made fun of her dancing.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't want to like.
It might have been Lady Gaga because I kind of don't remember what she did.
I think it was though. I do because it was like a real like weird country thing.
She can play guitar.
I know, and I'm not saying again, it's not a talent thing, but it just felt it didn't.
Yeah, no, I think you are talking. I think it was Lady Gaga.
No, I think I like Lorde. I think and
I felt
some people are real negative about her really new like songs.
Yeah, I like her new stuff. I just because Derek thinks that they're not as catchy as her old stuff, and I'm like, well, maybe she's moving beyond catchy.
Yeah, it's still good.
And like, she doesn't have to be catchy, and maybe she's moving on that. Plus, she's like, that's another person that we're like watching grow up.
Yeah,
which has got to be weird, and I think she's very aware of that, and she's trying to be cool. And it sucks when like people make fun of her weird, cool dancing.
Yeah, to me that didn't.
Yeah. People also make fun of freaking Sia's little dancer, and I think she's like the greatest thing in the world. Her little like clever avatar.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's cool.
I love that girl. I also like her whole thing where like she doesn't want anybody to see her face.
Yeah,
because she wasn't doing that like 10 years ago.
If you want to see
I just like that she just had this point where she's like, I'm gonna just hide my face from now on, and it's gonna be all about my music, and I can back it up because I'm a great singer.
She went full Wilson.
Yeah, I love it. But like, if you want to know what she looks like, it's definitely out there because she was a normal pop singer for like years. I remember trying to get Janelle into her like long time ago because she had that song on 6 Feet Under, and I think Janelle actually listened to her.
Were you bummed by acid or something?
If you want to watch a great. Do you ever watch those carpool karaoke videos?
I've watched some.
Hers is really good.
That's the James
Corden. He's just so.
He does a lot of stunts, but I find most.
But they're more
funnier.
Like, plus, he's got Reggie.
Yeah, that's true. That you saw the Beauty and the Beast one where they all did the crosswalk. Like, that's great. That was, to me, that was really funny.
Yeah, his stunts just seem to have more heart.
Some of the Jimmy Fallon ones are good too.
Well, like for instance, the Saved by the Bell reunion is like the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah,
then he just seems to be his main thing that he does.
Yeah,
is his stunts.
It's hard because the talk show format.
I'm just not a huge fan.
I'm not,
especially other people like they watch all those, and I'm just not a fan at all.
I'm ruined though because
Conan.
Ever since Conan, I can't watch another one. I compare them all to him, and none of them are as good. They just aren't. They can't be.
Yeah,
he's the one person that I don't mind listening to them do a vapid interview with someone because he's so funny. Even with someone I don't even care about, I will watch Conan. And that's a tough standard to match up to.
Yeah.
And with that,
oh my gosh, one last comment for the show.
All right.
Any other show introduces a cute kid in the middle of season 3, you are thinking they're jumping the shark.
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Not at all.
Oh, no,
Last Man on Earth, I am 100% on board. But you have to admit, if this were any other show, this would be like, oh crap, what is happening to this show?
I feel like what they've done with that show is
it's
beyond
in its own
compare. Like,
space and time.
And every episode completely changes what the show is, and I love it. Like, from one episode to episode, it's completely different.
It's insane. Also,
like, it was terrifying at first before you found out it was in that Yoda mask. Yeah. The part where it like pops up and I knew it was coming. I'm like, what's it gonna be?
I thought it was gonna be some weird. I thought it was gonna be like a "Don't Look Behind You" like weird creepy midget.
Yeah, like I don't know, like something. From the moment when she like Janelle and I paused at the end of that one episode, we paused and like analyzed it. What is it? It looks like a Yoda. Or is it a Yeti? Like what is it? Like we're trying to figure it out.
I figured out pretty early that it was probably a kid.
But still, like
and he's adorable.
It's just their mix of tone where you have like scary and funny and heartwarming and like.
And then even at the very end, he takes Carrie away.
Yeah, it's great. It's just great.
Oh, just the whole thing, and then he puts him under the Gary. Jasper. Listen, they call him Jasper because of Jansport.
Because of Jasper. Oh, he's got his name on here right here.
Jasper. How about Jasper?
Is it because it sounds like Jansport? No.
Oh,
I just also love too that like,
but like any other show, that's like,
oh no, it's amazing. I love that he like intermittently walks around in the dinosaur suit still, like just randomly.
Dude, I watched a video of somebody in one of those real suits, like scaring the crap out of kids because those are real suits that exist.
Well, Janelle did a dinosaur museum in her school, she calls it, where she has all the kids. They make like dioramas, and then they invite the parents, and they all are like the docents, and they do their thing. And one of the kids, their uncle came in one of the suits and did like a little dance and stuff because I guess he's like a professional party guy that does like different costumes. How much do those
suits cost?
I don't know, but he owns it because of the party thing. So he like brought it in and did his like dance. And his uncle also does editing, and so for his project, he did like a movie, and it was like. He said dedicated to Steve Irwin, and it was like whatever the kid's name is, Raptor Hunter, but he had to go back to the future. Like he went in the DeLorean to get back there and stuff.
One of the cool things I saw, my favorite thing that I took a picture in front of, in addition to the night bus, was the freaking train time machine.
Oh, really?
From Back to the Future 3. They got it out there in Florida.
That's cool.
That's how big the park is the
they
train
can just have
is
a train
sitting there next to the DeLorean.
That's awesome.
And because it's right by the Simpsons land, because I guess like they used to have like a Back to the Future thing right there. But they still have a Blues Brothers show. They drive around for a while with the car, and they tell you where the show's gonna be.
That's cool.
And then it's like on the street, and they do the whole show.
That's super
great.
Awesome.
I got to watch the Blues Brothers show. Marilyn Monroe gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was like, whoa.
Did she know about wrestling?
I don't know. Maybe because I was wearing a wrestling shirt. But she gave me a kiss. I felt special. And man, you better go to bed.
I need to go to bed. I really need to go to bed.
All right. Well, thank you, Beck. Wow.
Yeah, jeez. Although I gotta tell you, like, it's pretty impressive that we've gone this far before someone just comes in and starts calling us, mean names.
Yeah.
That says something.
Yeah.
Gives me hope in humanity.
Definitely.
All right, later, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.